What's up, chat? Everyone say hi. I'm pretty sure you're not
Hi.
muted. Yup.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, chat.
Hey.
So we're
They call me
here.
Reds.
We're here to talk about everyone's favorite character. I know how much we all love the Crying Child and how he's so relevant to the lore, and how he definitely has good character development. So it's good to talk about this very well written character and his huge influence on the story. Okay.
What?
He's amazing.
His
Yeah.
influence victim?
Yeah. Influence victim. You know how much we love influence victim. Hold on. Let me just add a PNG of
You're
David.
pronouncing it wrong.
How do you pronounce it?
It's pronounced God victim.
Woo!
Okay, I'm adding a PNG
His
of
name is
David for no
David.
reason. I just added a PNG of David for no reason.
He's here in spirit.
yeah.
Because he can't be here in person.
He's here in
Gotta get by
vengeful
a
spirit.
truck.
He's here in vengeful spirit.
He's here in vengeful spirit.
Okay, I haven't seen the new game theory. I heard their new theory is that Fiona's the vengeful spirit.
No, it's good. It's
Oh.
so much worse. I crashed
say
out.
that.
I crashed out on call like yesterday over how bad it was.
It was a little suboptimal if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
Ooh,
like
can't
no.
wait.
I love game theory, and I really do admire like Matt and Tom and everyone else involved. But holy shit, that was
Listen,
not.
let me sum it up.
good.
Let me sum it up in one word for you, or actually two words.
Oh, Raven, get in
Games
here.
Fiction. Thank you.
Games
Games.
dimension?
Games fiction.
Games
first-
fiction.
The first 7 games are all in-universe games and didn't really happen.
And nothing else. Yeah.
Edwin Murray. Edwin Murray is the man behind the slaughter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Edwin
yeah.
Murray was the inspiration for the fictional William Afton.
William Afton is a fictional character, never a
Yeah.
real guy.
No, he was
William
a real
Afton
guy.
literally talks to
he's just-
Edwin
he's
in the
just
game.
frauded.
Yes,
They
he
just
was a
fro-
real guy. They just took his
Slandered.
identity.
They slandered him.
Exactly.
What's
I feel
up,
like we can
Raven?
Sue for that.
Raven. He's probably dead or something.
Yeah, why didn't Burn Trap, who
Ah,
is
wait, no,
also
probably
Spring Trap,
14.
sue for that? Holy peak! 5 minutes and we're already at 100 people. Okay.
Where are we in this debate?
We aren't
haven't
anywhere.
started.
We aren't anywhere. But
we haven't
started.
gone
We just
anywhere.
started.
I want to
gotcha.
make an announcement before we get into the very
Shadow the
awesome
Hedgehog
debate.
is-
No, not that kind of announcement. Hold up. Wrong game. Okay. The very special announcement isn't anything to do about Shadow the Hedgehog or him being a bitch ass motherfucker. It's about my memberships.
Shadow!
So and by we've I mean I've updated my channel memberships. I'm gonna hold up. Let me post a screenshot of this on the stream. But I've updated my channel memberships, so now they're like actually worth it and fun and cool. Because before they were just like random PNGs that I just put because I didn't have money to make emotes out of. But now they're fully updated. You can see right now there's an image on screen that I've put, which is it's essentially all the perks that you're gonna get for joining the membership. It's $1.99 a month. You get these really cool loyalty badges. You can just see right now. You get these really cool loyalty badges, and you get some custom emojis. You get like a shocked, withered face. You get pogged, withered. You get
Is that the number 14?
that is the number 14, and you also get God
my
Chipper.
God.
You also get God Chipper, which is a reference to our last stream. So yeah, this is the new Green Afton membership. There's lots of cool perks coming. I will be making members exclusive videos, so only members will be able to watch those, and you'll have to pay me money because you know I love money. And to commemorate this
Mickey
occasion,
Mouse Club.
oh look, Violet, thanks for joining the Green Aftons. Wow.
Easy,
It's already optimal. To commemorate the occasion, I'll be sending 5 memberships to chat, which is something that TD never figured out how to do.
I
Uh,
can't.
There you go.
Literally, I don't have the option.
There we go. 5 free members. So I
Scammed.
boom. Hope you
Okay,
hope you
Cryptic
enjoyed
Luke
them.
is cheating. No. Cryptic Luke is farming subs. Every single time I give membership to Cryptic Luke gets one. You're fucking cheating. Every single time anyone gives members, you get one. You're actually have like some API rigged plugin cheater.
No, fine. He's
And
optimizing
you want a
it.
shirt or whatever it was. Or a sticker. Or
Okay.
something. Cheater.
I think Cryptic Lucas should just go to the casino. I think at this point
Fact.
go
we
to the
don't
casino.
we don't endorse gambling, but in this case maybe might
Go
be
to the
for the best.
casino.
So yeah, you've got a bunch of really cool emotes, and you can spam 14 now. And if you like zoom in really close on that like 14, you'll see that it has my face embedded into it, so you'll never escape me. Whatever 14 you spam. Hyper's already spamming the withered emotes. Yeah, these were made by Barbadroid. They're really cool. So W Barbadroid, spam 14, whatever. Okay.
W.
Right, before we begin, in
uh-oh.
relation to someone else with withered in their name, I have a request.
Oh.
Our friend Unwithered Truth is at 99,600 subscribers.
Oh yeah.
Now, I'm sure everyone in here is subbed, but if you are not subscribed to Unwithered Truth, do that now so he can get his epic plaque and have street
Actually,
clout.
I endorse
I think
this
I
message.
am, but let me check.
If you're not, we're executing you, by the way.
For some reason, I keep forgetting to subscribe to like half of y'all because I just see all y'all's updates like just kind of like when they pop up and in my recommended, and I'm like, oh, awesome, and then I forget that they're not on my subscription.
But let bro get his clout, chat. Subscribe to Unwithered Truth.
Yeah, the other withered. By the way, a funny story for those in chat who don't know. When Barbadroid made these emotes for me, so they sent like the final kind of emotes for the membership. So when Barbadroid sent me those, I looked at the file names to download them, and they're unwithered emotes. So if you go on my PC, they're all saved as unwithered _emotes. So even Barbadroid mixes mixes us up. So yeah. Yeah, get Unwithered Truth to 100k. Okay.
Now we can start.
Yeah, now we can start. We got Raven in here for the first time in like 5 centuries, so that's cool.
Hey.
So I want to go kind of like in timeline order and discuss some things about David Murray first before we move on to Crying Child and then eventually Gregory. So I guess the first kind of question I have for all of you is, does David Murray end up possessing anything, or is M2 just programming? Is he anywhere in Murray's costume manor? That's my first question.
I personally think there's really no other good explanation for that white tiger in the basement. It just acts too much like Golden Freddy to be anything but a possessed child.
True.
Yeah.
I agree. I think the tiger is David. It's not even just the tiger. In the one room with the big hole in the floor because the moon crashed down, you can hear like David talking and giggling, and you can hear some of Edwin's voice lines.
Oh yeah, he got crushed by that thing.
Yes, he did. Moondrop. Moondrop.
Moondrop. Moondrop Truther.
I totally think that it's haunted, and I also personally believe that in the Moon.exe ending, we are getting M2 to be possessed by giving him the tiger doll.
Yeah, I can't agree that it's not like, because the Tiger Rock thing, doesn't it share some of the same lines as the mimic that chases you throughout the rest of the game?
It also shares lines with because you hear like the mimic's voice throughout the game, and it shares lines with the white tiger. This is really weird.
Yeah.
So it
has to be David's in both then.
I've only seen this in like New Game Plus.
Or the mimic
very
could
often.
just be mimicking the ghost in the basement.
That's true.
crazy. The mimic can instant transmission.
We know that the white tiger is a physical thing that you can see on the cameras, because there's like a camera that you can look at right before the admin wing, like in that jump scare where Tiger appears right before the admin wing. If you go to the office and look at the cameras, you can see him standing next to the admin wing door. So he is real.
That's wild.
That's
But
yeah.
you can also hear him stomping behind you.
He's hanging out by the end.
Yeah.
I mean, well, okay, but you can also
see Phantom animatronics on cameras.
Yeah, you can see Shadow Freddy.
Yeah.
You can see Golden Freddy.
You can see all of them on cameras, so it's not a hallucination. It's a ghost. Like even the phantoms, okay, hot take. I was playing FNaF 3 the other day. I'm on night 5, and one way that I die pretty frequently in the game is I'll be in the office, I don't know where Springtrap is, and he pops up on cam 1. I managed to stall him on like the doorway, and then Phantom Freddy appears. So I know that this is like a game coding thing where Phantom Freddy appears, so he jump scares you, then Springtrap gets you. But I think Springtrap has control over the phantoms anyway. So I think he can control the phantoms. So they're not hallucinations, they're more like ghosts. They're more like agony manifestation things. So that's my kind of opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% agony manifestations. I think that how they're described in what we found is what they are in the games.
Yeah,
That agony manifests your worst memories and nightmares.
Yeah.
Agony.
I'm surprised everyone agreed, because most people seem to be of the opinion that that they're just like hallucination things.
No, I think
Tiger Rock
that's
can't be a
the
hallucination though.
that's the
'cause-
non-paranormal
yeah.
explanation that the phone guy character gives you. It's like you're going to hallucinate stuff if you don't keep the vents open or whatever.
You hallucinate
There is,
even
like,
with the vents open.
I think something, I don't remember which of my sisters brought this up, but there's really something about how the first arc of FNaF, so the first game, they offer you 2 explanations for what is going on in the building. It could be AI malfunctioning and thinking you need to be shoved into a suit, or it could be ghosts. And the sequels in the first arc really went with the ghost aspect, and it really seems like what they're doing with this second arc is going, what if we went with that first aspect? Wouldn't that be wild? What if it was just an AI fucking up?
Boo.
Boo!
It's just not. It's specifically the AI that thinks you're an endoskeleton and needs to shove you into a suit versus the mimic epilogues where it thinks you're an endoskeleton and rips your arms off. Like, I don't know. I just find that a bit
Possession
cool.
of AI.
Possession of AI, indeed.
Scott interview. Okay.
Okay. What else about? Okay. You know what? We brought up Moondrop earlier. How do we think David died? Like, this is not relevant probably, but how do we think David died in Secret of the Mimic? Did he run out on the road?
Candy convinced me. It was a Moondrop. That was Moondrop.
Moondrop is the
Candy convinced me on
funniest
that one.
option. For those
is, but I
in
didn't
chat
have it.
unaware. For those in chat unaware, that's the theory that the moon that was in the Storytime showroom just fell like 3 floors of MCM and landed on
Final
David's
destination.
head. Majora's Mask moon just landed on him and splat him on the floor.
And it was
Almost like there's a bunch of
awesome.
other Zelda imagery in the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm 50-50.
Well, yeah, straight up B.
There's so much evidence for it being outside. There's the lingering shot of the ball in the one Christmas thing, or the birthday thing. Oh my god. There's the talk to the lawyer. Like, I think that they're both possible. And if he was killed outside, I also think that it's then like a 50-50 shot on whether it was an accident or a murder, whether that's M1 or William or whatever.
I've seen the idea thrown around that M1 killed David. I find that very unlikely. I don't think it
I've
makes
seen it
sense.
thrown around on game theory.
Okay, Game Fury doesn't count. Okay, Game Fury doesn't count.
I feel like it's what they were absolutely trying to imply, but I'm curious as to what exactly the motive was. Because we don't really have a clear motive, but it just seems very direct in Moon.exe of like, Fee wants you to imitate the baby owl, so she kills the baby owl secretly and like gives you the mask. Like, it seems so direct to like not be implying that she at least had something to do with it.
I disagree.
I don't know. Yeah, I disagree as well. I don't
That's fair.
think I don't think it makes sense for M1 to kill David purely because her entire role was just protecting David and being it was like a babysitter robot. And at this point the Mimic hasn't really gone haywire yet. Like, sure, it's started possessing Fiona, whether that's through agony or whatever, but it's not fully paranormal yet. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like M2 where it's just completely like unstoppable. Like, even in the logs it says that M2 cannot be stopped. It's more controlled. I don't think it would do that to David.
No, I'm just coping. I don't think that she cooked the baby owl. I think that Chica's in the oven.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I have bad news. Yeah.
We got Freddy, Bonnie, and Foxy on the table. Fiona is symbolized by Chica, and she's in the oven. It smells like chicken because Fiona burned to death. The thing in the oven is Chica.
I just kind of assumed that Chica wasn't there because you see her later in the game when you go to MCM.
Yeah, but that's party time Chica, not... Although, like, if you think about it, right, it makes sense because the Freddy and Bonnie masks in Moon.exe aren't Freddy and Bonnie, that's Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. At least Bonnie is definitely Spring Bonnie. It would follow that Fredbear, that we thought was Freddy, was Fredbear. This is interesting. I was thinking about this the other day, how in Help Wanted 2, we had that like stained glass thing where we had Fredbear and Blue Bonnie for some reason. It would make a lot more sense if it was a Fredbear mask and a blue Spring Bonnie mask, like just Blue Bonnie. But it's like it's inverted. I think it's just both Spring Bonnie and Fredbear, and Foxy's there because of MCM. Chica's just not a thing of the Fazbear brand at that time. Like she just belongs to Chica's Party World at this point.
Or at the very least is separate from the boys.
Interesting.
Yeah. She's like, I do think Chica's Party World was like Henry's thing. I think this is one of those things that Game Theory got right in their Ultimate Timeline. I think that was a thing that Henry came from. I think that's like Henry's endeavor. So William came from the Great Depression with Fredbear Sing and Show and Billy and the Ball and whatever. Just like good old Game Theory said. And Henry comes from Chica's Party World. That's my personal kind of interpretation.
Because his name is Hen, and it's a chicken.
Yeah.
Like, that's not bad evidence, actually.
I think that this is totally something Scott would do.
Yeah, he would do that.
Scott shenanigans.
One thing about David's death that I just love bringing up, the dock ending and security breach. It's literally just Gregory hijacking a Fazbear van and running someone over.
David is Mapbot theory confirmed.
That's Cassie's dad, right? Yeah.
No, Maskbot is Cassie's dad and Mapbot is David. This is true in canon.
I see.
Ew. That's gross.
Okay. Did David do anything else of relevant other than die and maybe possess something?
No, he's so washed.
Yeah, he's just.
Cried as a Roxy
Oh.
Device.
Why does it look like that?
You know, it's funny that the most important theme shared between David Murray, Dave Afton, and Gregory's that they're all plot devices for something bigger than them. All of them.
Imagine your son is a plot device. Crazy.
Yeah. He was born a plot
Being
device.
A plot device over 3 different generations.
David is a plot device.
Okay. I have one thing. Do we think that David actually has heterochromia, or is that just like weird JPEG artifacting or whatever?
I think it's just weird lighting. I think it's just weird lighting on the thing.
Yes, I'm going against
Sorry, what
my
was the
initial.
question?
Do we think David actually has heterochromia?
No.
Maybe.
I think it would be funny if he did, but I don't think he does.
It would make sense if like Fiona because we see the tiger is a character, but it wouldn't make sense if like they created the character so that David would have something that looked like him.
Yeah,
but
that is common for like kids who like have something different about themselves. Like they'll get a toy that looks like them to like help reassure them.
You know what? It might, because he was described with like brown eyes in the book, right? And like we're not gonna get into the book thing, but like
the books.
I wonder if
we've got the low taper.
Is it possible they did give him heterochromia because they remembered Elizabeth and they were like, well, if we want him to possess the tiger, we need to make clear they have the same eye color so we don't have to mess with this.
Yeah. Put it this way, if they intended him to have heterochromia, they did it in the worst way possible. So, chat, I see people in the chat being like, haven't you seen the picture? What do you mean? If you actually go into Photoshop and look at the photo that's really in the game files, not something that's already been edited by someone else, his eye, and use like the eyedropper tool, his eyes are both gray, and one of them is just a slightly darker shade of gray. No matter what you do with filters, you will never get them to actually look like they're blue and green. They're both just the same color.
Unless you're a Twitter user and you want to gaslight everyone. In that case, yeah. Yeah, they're cheaters.
Filthy Twitter user.
Those gosh darn Twitter users always lying about everything. Always trash talking Secret of the Mimic time loop theory. Okay. Yeah, Ritos, I'm watching you. You can't escape for very long. I'll get you for trash talking Sodom loop. David. Oh, yeah. Before we move on, I just wanted to ask, because I've been meaning to ask this at all of you at some point. I know Gibby's answer. But who do we think the Sleepy Moon is? Because that's related to, like, Moon Drop and the ball and whatever.
I'm abstaining.
Yeah, this is everyone's favorite question, so...
I love this question.
Gibby!
Corey just joined.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, add Corey. Both dual process theories in one place.
All together in one place.
We're missing the
Oh,
third.
God, I
We're
wish.
missing the third
She's in another
secret.
state right now.
We're missing the third secret dual process theory.
I think she's at work actually. Corey.
And Corey's here.
All right, we were just talking about David.
His
Oh.
name is David.
You want some ice cream?
What is this? Some
Say
kind
that.
of dual process? Yes, KK, it is. Someone said Sleepy Moon is Cassidy. Okay, we were on Sleepy Moon. Let's
Oh
get-
my god, Cassidy is just whatever you want her to be.
Fiona is the vengeful spirit, and Sleepy Moon is Cassidy. This is canon. That's right, Tom. You got it wrong.
Someone's name is Springtrap Ennard Cassidy the Mimic Nightmare Pup.
That's fire.
Good stuff.
And their profile picture is Nightmarion, who isn't mentioned anywhere in their name, by the way. I just gave them the Nightmarion brain rot last week, I guess.
Yo, can we talk about that? Because Joe, your video was great, and
Oh,
your
thanks.
like the discussion of the jump scare noises was like crazy. Can you do like a recap on that in case someone in chat hasn't?
Oh,
seen
yeah,
the
sure.
peak That is your new video.
Yeah, you should all like the stream and go watch the video after the stream, for sure, yeah. But to put it quickly, I noticed that in Secret of the Mimic, Jackie's jump scare sound has like some weird garbling at the end. And so I looked on Twitter to see if anyone had brought it up, and yeah, if you listen really closely, that's actually Nightmarion's jump scare sound. It's the weird, like, computer glitch noises it makes when it kills you. It's also Nightmare sound, but it's more tied to Nightmarion now, because in Security Breach, the Nightmarion staff bots also have the garbling sound in their jump scare. So the video is basically about tying them all together using the jump scare sound. Like, why is that relevant? Why is it specifically Jackie that has that in her jump scare? So yeah, thanks, Gibby. I appreciate it. That's your recap. Go watch the video later if you feel like it.
It's because Jackie is proto puppet and Nightmarion is puppet.
I actually like I bring up in a video how like Edwin on his computer has like the puppet designs, and a lot of people in my comments actually said like, oh, what if that's not like the puppet design? Like, what if it's not the marionette? What if it's the
Why would you
puppets
say
from the
puppet?
theater?
It's
Why?
a
Or
singular
Listen,
puppet
listen.
and it's next
No.
to the
I'm just
other
gonna-
four. I think
No,
This
it's
is
the
just
puppets from the
You
theater.
know,
Trust me.
blueprints for a finger puppet.
it's set up in
Surely.
the
Pure
design is
like
supposed to be
like
Cope.
real.
Actual cope.
No, I was gonna say it's pure just like reading comprehension. I don't know how to say it and not sound like a jerk, but like
No, yeah, say reading comprehension. It's
Oh,
fine,
she's
don't
just
worry.
here.
Fiona-
Fiona.
Fiona is a puppeteer.
Hold on.
And Edwin and Fiona
hold
design
on.
stuff.
Gibby, hold on.
Kelsey's a projection.
Kelsey's a projection.
Hey, Shizzy.
I was playing Peak. I was playing Peak.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, Fiona designed the marionette
Yeah,
in the
absolutely.
game.
Pete.
So, okay, Mr. Cheese, Sleepy Moon is Johann Brahms. Why else would he be singing Brahms' lullaby? This is canon now. He is the reincarnated
Yeah,
soul of
sure.
Brahms.
He is Brahms.
So what I miss with the 20 minutes I wasn't here?
We were
Did it
talking
go
about
over
we were
anything?
talking about if David's eye color is different from one another.
Sleepy
For-
Moon is
yeah.
Trisha, obviously. I mean,
Wait, Sleepy Moon is Mrs. Afton?
the-
Hmm.
Oh, are we?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Do you guys know the Trisha stuff?
Yes, I do.
So
Yeah, the
basically,
babysitter.
something Connie
Yeah.
found is
Yeah.
when
Is
when
the theory
Fiona
just
is
that the moon
talking
is the
about-
babysitter and just sounds like an old man?
Lady down,
Yeah.
down
Well,
red.
so basically, Connie found when Fiona is talking about going to Fall Fest, she's like, I'm gonna have Trisha babysit David, which for us was like, oh, so the mimic doesn't exist yet. But also she
Mhm.
names her, which is odd.
No, I think it's not.
Either she
it's
could
not-
be important because they name her, or they just needed a random name for her to be like, I know someone who can babysit my son that I guess Edwin didn't know. Or Trisha needs
Edwin
to be
doesn't
paid.
want to pay Trisha anymore, but
Yeah, he doesn't
every
wanna
now
pay
and again
Trisha
we'll
anymore.
come up with a new person who could be Trisha.
You know what?
The
Robots aren't taking
reason-
Howard. They're
the re-
taking Trisha's job.
No, you don't understand. Trisha's Mrs. Afton. That's why he doesn't want to pay her anymore. This is all because William was just a really bad business person.
True.
You know, unironically, that is one of our options.
God.
David.
Oh
True.
my god, David.
You punny son of a bitch.
TD, what's the best god, David?
Yeah. Go,
thing.
say it.
From Secret of the Mimic, what's the best God David evidence?
From Secret of the Mimic? Probably the fucking FNaF 4 rooms, or whatever it was.
Yeah, you forgot already. What was it? It was like something to do with the crying child or something.
Something.
Yeah, it's
Dude, you got, like, the
faltering
purple
my
phone,
memory.
You got his bedroom, you got fucking Tiger Rock, Ted is literally just Golden Freddy 2.0.
You know what that
You got-
reminds me
his
of?
name is Dave, blah,
You know
blah,
what
blah,
that
blah,
reminds
blah,
me
you
of?
know.
Oh,
Mods.
You bring up,
Mods. Someone
Yeah,
said
that's
God
not
David is
David for me
cap.
one more time.
Ban that guy,
If someone
mod.
says
Ban.
David for me one more time, I'm gonna crash out.
Timed out for 10 seconds. Suck on that.
Should have been more. Should have been more.
Alright.
You're too forgiving. Anyway, this is a perfect segue into our next kid with band-aids and who's always crying and who has brown hair and who has no story significance. Dave Afton.
Honestly, again, my thought is that
Corey, be nice. We're not talking names.
Because here's the thing: is Mimic and David and Crying Child are like have separate enough personalities to me, but I don't think the Mimic knows about that or cares. I think it saw a child that looked like David and went, "Yo, it's David, my friend David." What's up?
From my respectful point of view, both David and Crying Child have one personality trait. And that's that they're kind of a bitch.
True.
David is a
True.
bitch, and,
Why does it look like that? It's kiwi. Me.
The one
That's
full
fair,
dialogue
because-
he has.
To be fair, I think if you showed the Crying Child the Mimic endoskeleton, he wouldn't be like, "Why does it look like that?" He would fall on the floor crying and sobbing, and you wouldn't be able to get him out of his room.
But you
for,
know
like,
what he
2
would
minutes.
say?
It's kiwi.
No, you don't
It's just gotten
understand.
you to voice David Murray.
He'd book it to a table. Okay,
Guys, huge news. We got Michael Afton in the call. He's
yeah,
gonna
that's what I
make
was
it
gonna
better
say.
again.
We all turned into Michael Afton for a second here.
Yeah. I didn't.
No, everyone is Michael Afton now. Father, it's
Oh, okay,
me,
we're
Michael.
we
I
are
hate my
all
brother.
Michael
As
Afton.
probably the two
God,
biggest
Mike.
proponents of everything was Michael all along, which because people keep forgetting he's like the main character of Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm not opposed to this.
I have a whole like I have a
Dude,
whole
it's
thing
not like
about
Let's
that.
look at our options here, and then none of the options are Michael, and it's like, hey guys, at least think about it, since he is kind of the main character.
Corey, how? What do you think about people saying that Michael is actually a mimic?
Is that Denari? Was it Denari who said that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just know people are saying it.
Yeah, I think that was Denari originally. I
Hold on.
disagree, but there is some
Hold on.
merit to it. Sadly.
Hold on. I need to stand up and go get my knives.
He's
So I
Whoa.
can start
Corey,
Hey, calm down. We're not doing anything rash here. This is a
Father, I can
FNaF
adapt
series.
to any costume and
become
As
any
we all
character.
know, as we
Yeah,
all
so
know from
I
game
was gonna
theory.
say, Connie, when I'm home, Connie walks down, and at 3 a.m. I'm sitting there staring at knives, and she's like, "Hey, Corey, why are you doing that?" And she knows why I'm doing that.
Corey.
Does that mean that the Mimic has the Ennard inside of him?
Yeah,
That's
that's
just
a
like
real good
Robo
question.
basically.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
My thought was always right. Because Ennard is based around an endoskeleton, right? But when Michael throws it up, it just becomes tentacles, and Molten Freddy is just tentacles, which means it's not taking on or wrapping around an endoskeleton anymore. So does Mike just have it? But also with how Ennard is, I wouldn't be surprised if Mike just had the Mimic in his flesh for like 10 years.
Okay. I hate to break it to you, but humans do have endoskeletons. I think that's what they used. Let's not overthink it.
Okay, does Ennard have a human skeleton then?
No,
Yeah.
he has a metal endoskeleton, but he just used a
Okay, then where did
calcium
that go?
endoskeleton. I don't know. He just left it at the scooper room. It's because it's Funtime Chica, clearly.
Uh-huh.
It's the secret out of
You guys,
service
what if-
animatronic.
Guys, what if
Yeah,
Funtime
Michael just has a
Chica
snatched
is-
waist. That's how he
Knows
can
the
True.
shit underneath the flesh.
Well,
'Cause
guys,
they have-
clearly Funtime Chica is Mrs. Afton.
Yeah, of course.
You're forgetting.
Okay, now that's peak. That's peak.
I was gonna
That's
joke
deep.
and say Funtime Chica is Fiona, but honestly, her getting cut out of the cast by William's line probably does mean something.
Yeah.
Okay, let's lock in and actually talk about Bite Victim now, instead of bullying him like Michael Afton for the past 5 minutes, which is what we've been doing.
he's a bitch. He
Let's
deserves
see-
it.
To be fair to like 12-year-old Michael, his head is very squishable.
Oh my god.
Bro, it's like a giant rectangle. How could you not just like?
How could he
I
resist the
wanna, maybe
urge?
shit, I want to bite down on that thing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
What
whoa,
the
whoa.
fuck?
Okay, you know what? Let's not go into.
Brain soup. Brain
You never
stew.
like, well, because I'm thinking like I have like you know those stress balls. Have you ever just wanted to put that in your mouth and chew it like a squeaky toy? That's what I'm thinking of. It's like
Yeah.
it looks like it would squish like a stress ball.
Corey, I think you need to
Bro, his head
scoot like
reminds me
a
of
few inches
Dora.
away from your mic.
Fans out
I
of
am very
context
far
go
away from my mic in front
wild.
of me.
Yeah,
Ah,
chat,
yes,
clip
I
that.
want to bite that 7-year-old kid.
You just made it worse for yourself, Shizu. I think you just made the context even.
Everyone, quick, clip it out of context.
Everyone, quick, post it on twitter.com and say, "Gulp, Shizu is problematic." You get
Problematic.
500
Full emoji
500 likes.
trombones.
Honestly, I'm shocked I don't have a tweet about me being problematic for like man hate or whatever at this point.
I have
She
one
hates
tweet of me
men.
being problematic. I have one tweet of me being problematic and several YouTube comments. The
which
tweet was by my #1 arch nemesis, and the YouTube comments was because I called TD a piece of shit in the video that I made for him. Truly very problematic.
I call
Actually,
Corey
wait,
a piece
no,
of shit
we
every
were-
day.
Actually, no, we were called problematic for like when people thought like when we were like actually we don't think Dave is the solution because I don't think we would know what the solution is, and then people were like, oh my god, you are dishonoring the household of Droid.
And we're
really
like text
dramatic.
we like text Hyperdroid and we're like, hey, did we make you did we upset you? And he's like, nah, we're fine.
No.
This is a good segue. This is a good segue. Do we all agree, except for DPT, of course, about Dave? What are our thoughts on Dave Afton and how that ties to David Murray?
Because
Gibby.
as I said, our
We will
thoughts are
step out for a moment. Corey will
Yeah,
step
yeah,
out
yeah.
for a moment.
Good call.
Okay,
Good call.
What are the?
I
what
was
are the,
thinking I would go first so I could get over with, but that's
yeah, what do
fine.
you two think? Have you guys seen Denari's Timmy video?
I saw that on
No.
Discord the other day.
Which one?
No, I do not know about that.
Timmy
She
victim.
just made a new video.
Yeah, and I think that that raises my point about the
Mhm.
Foxy grid, where it's a vague enough puzzle. It could literally be anything. I've seen people get the craziest thing from the Foxy grid. If you tried hard enough, you can get anything from the Foxy grid. You can reverse engineer like your mom from the Foxy grid.
Someone
I
got
swear.
Springtrap, didn't they? Like from the Foxy grid.
Yeah, someone got
Yeah.
My Name is
Yeah.
Springtrap.
Yeah.
Well, no, they got
and then someone
Spring
else
Trap,
got
which I think is
Springtrap. I think someone got like Marshall or something. Like you can reverse engine because it's just the 3 letters and then the grid with numbers. It's again, it's representative of FNaF as a whole. It's too vague of a puzzle to actually solve, and if someone did, there's no guarantee that that's the true answer because it's a vague enough puzzle. So it's like, okay, well, this could make sense, but also this makes just as much sense as 3 other answers. So I think I just don't want to use, as well as, of course, there's the thing that the Foxy grid has faded text, and then the Cassidy solution has mixed letters, which I don't see why 2 ghosts that have only communicated through faded text and then mixed letters would suddenly swap to reveal their names, especially because the faded text in the Foxy grid is the same font as the other faded text, so it's definitely the same spirit. It's weird, and I think we can't rely, I just can't rely on any Foxy grid solutions because I've seen like 3 or 4 that seem just as likely to be the true answer.
Fazent's in chat, and he pointed out that Timmy isn't actually from the Foxy grid. Timmy's from the word search, so it's got
Yes.
nothing to do with the Foxy grid.
ah.
Okay,
Well, I
okay,
think
you
can
know what?
find-
I think
Oh,
before,
can't you find Sammy in the word search too, though?
if you can find Timmy,
Oh
I
my God, we
don't,
need
I
to
can see
find
how.
Sammy.
I think someone found Sam. That's right. It's a 3-letter, because that's also the thing. Is 3 and 4-letter words are really easy to find in word letter based puzzles, even if they are the solution or not. So I always like, shoot, it could be Dave, but I'm always going to be really skeptical because anything 3 to 4 letters, I'm just going to be skeptical of. Because
No offense to Hyperdroid because he's awesome.
Oh yeah, no, good
He's cool as
video.
hell.
Just like
Offense to Hyperdroid. Offense to Hyperdroid.
Yeah, offend
I-
him.
I mean,
Yeah, because
full
you guys
offense.
Damn
like,
you.
get on our YouTube video and be like, you guys hate men and you hate Hyperdroid and you want everyone to die. So you know what? We don't really care, but I don't want to sift through those comments to find like fun comments, which usually we don't have to, but I don't want to have to at some point. So let's not do that. But yeah, I just like, again, it is that's the thing, is I'm not saying it's impossible that the solution is Dave. I just think it's just as possible as other solutions, and that's what makes it hard. Is I can't like say this is the correct one. With other with other puzzles in FNaF, it's like, okay, no, this is the correct solution because this, and this. But the Foxy Grid is so vague. I don't unless Scott comes out and says you need to do it this way or add some stuff, I don't think we're gonna ever know the correct solution until something else is revealed. Like, shoot, if in the next game they're like, yes, William, your second son, Dave, or whatever, then it's like, okay, that was the right solution. Awesome. But I don't think we're going to know until then. We need other sources to know because the Foxy Grid's just unreliable.
Hold on.
You believe
yeah, Raven, I was going to ask, why don't you think it's Dave anymore? Care to elaborate for chat?
I don't want to give away too much of my next video.
Oh, it's that video. Okay.
It's that video.
Yeah, that video.
Okay, well now I'm intrigued. You're gonna have to tell me about that.
He sent me like 1.5 minutes of footage of that today. It's looking pretty fire.
Ooh.
Oh wait, he's the. I see. Is it the number?
So
this is that number. Chat spam that number.
The number.
Chat spam 14. Chat spam 14 and subscribe to Narrow.
I will say it is a completely new and revamped 14 theory because I hate the original and I feel like my biggest blunder is that I never answered who the Vengeful Spirit is.
So we're going to peak. That's what I'm hearing. We're about to get peak.
There's a couple voice lines in there that, under the interpretation of what I'm going with this interpretation of 14 theory, would explain one of the clues to Crying Child's name within the logbook with that mirror.
Okay, I'm fascinated about that. Tell me about that after.
I am a dark reflection of what you have created. Is
yeah,
that line?
That's one of them.
Created.
That's one of them.
Okay.
But there's many other ones. There's like a bunch other ones.
Yeah, I am intrigued. I didn't really think about all of it.
Part.
Like I knew about this, but I forgot.
Also, okay, new Foxy Grid theory. Scott didn't have any ideas for this character for Fated Text named or who it was, so he just set up the Foxy Grid and said, they'll come up with something.
Clearly Fated is actually Charlotte Emily. If you watched my video from 6 months ago, you'd know.
I mean, that's the most, honestly, for me, that's the most
Shizu, no, Shizu agrees with me, but he agrees with me for the wrong reason, so it's not valid.
Yeah, no,
you agree with me for the evil reason.
Yeah,
hey, buddy, it's okay.
It's one of those things where, like, I think it's the most likely. Something else could, again, come out or be found or whatever, but for me, currently, it is the most likely option. Especially because, like, Fated Text stuff really fits everything Charlotte does ever. Literally the entire... Yeah.
The party was
the party guys, the party was for him.
The party was for me.
Oh shit.
Okay, when I beat the stupid puppet level after like, if you watch the VOD, for those of like 20 of you in chat who watched me playing Secret of the Mimic live, you know how much I crashed out at that stupid puppet level because I forgot I thought that you were supposed to shoot the puppets. And you're not supposed to do that. It's not telegraphed clearly. That's one of the worst parts of Secret of the Mimic. I'm still a Sodom defender. So the puppet, the puppet level. Yeah.
Puppet show.
So I crashed out so hard, but when it got to the end,
I was watching when I was watching and watching multiple people's playthroughs. I was like, yeah, it's not the clearest, but it's crazy because there's other puzzles in the game that like they really. Like, I have massive respect for the David puzzle at the end, because there's, like, 5 different...
No, it's good, Gibby. It's good, Gibby. Quiet.
There's, like, 5 different ways you could get to the same numbers.
I think that's the biggest sign of the game's terrible puzzle design. I think that's probably the biggest sin in the game that made me go down from, like, it's a 4 to, like, it's a 3.
Okay.
No.
I disagree.
Multiple ways to come to the conclusion of, you can count the candle, like, you can look at the birthdays and be like, okay, let's put this in order via what birthday it is.
You can put it in chronological order,
I think
color
it's cool
code.
that they, like, aligned all of those things together.
Okay. To finish what I was saying, before we started talking about Secret of the Mimic's flawed game design, when it finished, like, the bit, and Captain Cobalt, or whatever he's called, was like, Foxy, my birthday was last week, the party was for me, I did the pog face in real life, except you don't see it because I don't have a webcam.
Yeah.
I immediately caught onto it.
For me?
Yeah, the question is, my question is then, why did they say that, and what does that mean? Did they just
Foxy,
want to make
just
a
think,
reference, or is it like,
just think about it, right? Just think
or
about
is it
like
something
the
that
connection.
like it's very specific, like it's Foxy's party?
Think
What's up
about
with
it.
that?
Think about it like this, right? It's a Springlock suit, right? It's a Springlock suit communicating with Foxy and saying, Foxy, the party was for me. What does that remind me of? Golden Freddy, the Springlock suit that is tied to Crying Child, which says the party is for me to Michael. This is like what I thought immediately. Like when I saw that, I'm like, oh, this makes sense.
And then what happened shortly after a Springlock failure? Let's go. Oh.
Oh,
No.
whoa. Wrong. That's not a Springlock failure.
I love how often people will be like, oh, you can't survive a Springlock failure.
You can.
Even though, I mean, obviously in the books William did, but they made it very obvious because Ralph survived a Springlock failure, at least one. If you get there fast enough, especially because the death is really slow, if you get there fast enough, you can absolutely save someone, especially if it's just like one of the Springlocks or something and not the whole suit.
Flipside is asking to be let in. Is anyone okay? I'm worried that we have too many people. I don't want to sacrifice anyone, but we've had a lot of like talking over each other. Is anyone here wanting to sacrifice themselves or has to leave? I don't want any of you to leave. I want all of you in here. But if anyone is,
I'm gonna fuck off.
Sure. No. But we haven't even got to God David yet. Okay, you know what? You can fuck off, and if you're available for the God David segment, I'll summon you back.
Okay. But Chad, before I leave, I just realized that I somehow never made a Holy Trinity joke with God David, even though there's 3 Davids. So, someone think of a good one.
Yeah,
Okay,
Father,
bye.
Son, and Holy Spirit.
Who's
David,
father?
Son,
Who's
and Little
son?
Fred.
David and evil.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah,
Oh no, wait, no,
David-
no,
David-
TD, come back,
David-
come back, no, TD, come back.
Crying Child is Jesus, and then Gregory is, instead of the Holy Spirit, he's the little shit.
The vengeful spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, the vengeful Holy Spirit. I guess a vengeful spirit could potentially be the opposite of a Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
To a forgiving spirit.
Yeah, TD will be back probably. Like when we get to Gregory, I'll summon him back. Hold up, yeah. Hold on. I can't move him myself. TD has to do it. T-Dreads, no, T-Dreads, come
You know what
back.
he's doing right now? He's probably ordering Taco Bell right now.
Yeah, he's doing the free Taco Bell glitch.
What?
Oh, wait, you don't know about you don't know about the Taco Bell glitch?
I do not know about the Taco Bell.
Okay, so this is like I forget how long ago this was, but I'd only known T-Dreads for like 3 months at this point. And he's like, so you see, I have this amazing Taco Bell glitch. And basically what he does is he orders Taco Bell. He puts like ranch on top of it when he doesn't order it. Like it gets to his house, he has like a bucket of ranch and he just puts it on top and then says, my order was messed up, give me a refund. So they get a like a full refund and he just gets free Taco Bell. Chat, don't do this is fraud. Okay, don't do this.
Damn.
Now they
Remember,
test
Chad,
you because
we don't promote illegal activities, but it's not illegal if you don't get caught.
Exactly.
So this is how we start this.
When the police aren't around, anything's legal.
And the flip side's here. By the way,
I'm not
Flip.
a police officer. I'm a college dropout. I don't
Yeah,
care what you do.
Flip. I wanted to say your avatar is really cool. I really like it.
Oh,
Ooh,
thanks.
yeah.
Yeah, Fredden.
Fredden's the goat.
Fredden
Fredden's
made
the
it,
goat.
so Fredden is the goat. We Flip Bear finally has a true
A true face.
true thing.
I never thought I'd see
True
the
face.
day.
No,
T-Dreads is
really,
a criminal. Are you really surprised? This guy came up with God David, okay?
feel bad. I didn't want
If
T-Dreads to have
anything,
to
he's
leave so I could get in.
sacrilegious.
Guys, you know the T in T-Dread stands for thief, right?
And what does the D stand for? I don't want to know.
Oh, you know
know.
what the D
You
stands
know.
for.
Whoa.
Those who know. Those who know.
Those who knows. Those who knows.
Does he know?
You don't. He knows. You don't know. You don't understand.
He doesn't know.
The TD
Reader
and
understands.
TD reads actually stand for Tyrone Dredarius.
Okay, so
It's just thief,
Fascinating.
devious lick.
truth nerd.
Thief deviously.
So
Thief devious.
are we actually
Thief
gonna talk
dastardly.
about our favorite.
Cryptic is
our
so
favorite
right.
crime
Yeah.
child, Or are we just gonna talk about
Yeah.
David Murray?
Hold on. We already passed
Cryptic
David
is
Murray.
so
Except
right.
we started talking about Timmy victim, and then we started.
250
Oh yeah, Denari.
Timmy
yeah.
is a really
Watch
funny
that.
option because that's the most little boy name possible.
Little Timmy, like it's
It
literally
is.
just little Timmy.
Literal Timmy.
Yeah.
Like, do you
Guys,
think like
260 viewers
and only 92
and
likes?
they haven't liked the stream?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Give Caitlin
Hold
in
on.
here, she'll get everybody to like
Hold
the
on,
stream.
hold on. I'm baffled. Why do we
Magic
have
powers.
1 dislike on the stream? What is this? Who did this?
Who disliked it?
It's
Who
from
disliked
Timmy
this
Lover.
stream? Mods,
from Timmy
just
Lover.
smite them. Time
I
Timmy
don't like how
Fury.
Timmy
Mods,
Lover
kill
sounds.
him.
I don't like how that
Mods.
sounds.
Yeah,
That sounds
Timmy
like a
Lover.
Zumba.
Whoa. Okay. Let's not use that terminology.
Timmy Lover sounds like a certain unfunny kind of person, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, what's
Oh,
how about Timmy?
Lordy.
How about wait. Timmy Truther.
Timmy
Timmy
Truther.
Can someone in chat just
Truther.
change their name to Timmy Truther and just start spamming Timmy Victim, please? I think this would be funny.
Please.
I'm making an email. 1 second.
We'll give
No, not you. You don't
Timmy,
count.
Timmy Truthers is the people who are way into game theory.
Guys,
This is
I
like-
don't
We'll give you
think
14
TD
memberships
is
if you
the
Watch.
dislike.
New game theory video. I just solved Crying Child 1 week after I did it again. And it's just Denari's video word for word. Like, look, it's little Timmy, and he's actually recreated M2 as a robot, and blah blah blah.
I mean, the newest game theory, they literally stole me and Unwithered's video. We put that video out months ago.
Damn, really?
Yeah, we put out the mimic
Jeez.
is the crying child mimicking David Murray.
This was before Secret of the Mimic, by the way. This
This
was
is
like
before Secret of the Mimic came out. This is the worst idea we've ever had. It's literally a joke theory.
and then they
that's
took it
the
seriously.
actual game theory episode.
Honestly,
Jeez.
Honestly, I'm gonna be so real. I think this entire video was rage bait. I think it's just rage bait.
The most recent one.
Yeah.
Entirely possible.
Okay. Hold on.
I made white tiger footprints. It's all gonna happen at some point. We all.
No. White Tiger Footprints is based. You don't understand. White Tiger Footprints is
It's
based.
not. I hate.
It's okay.
I hate. Someone said in this chat that like the white tiger was the footprints, and I just like immediately face palmed. I'm so upset that I made
What
this.
have I done?
A lot of people fail to understand that a lot of us don't believe our theories. Like my whole thing.
Okay, maybe. Okay, well, maybe you
Only
two.
some
do.
of them.
Me and Connie are devoted to truth and not lying and not being liars.
Cassidy
and not
Victim.
being liars.
Cassidy is the crying child. And
Cassidy
you...
is the crying child, and I will
Boo.
die on this hill
Cassidy's
just
the
like
pup.
Charlie.
Okay.
Call me Charlotte Emily, because I'm about to die on this hill.
Actually, Charlotte Emily didn't die on a hill. She got buried on a hill.
My
Actually.
blade.
I believe in my two theories about bite victim
How about
and
Kiss
the
My
trap.
Blade?
Hold on. Okay. Let's actually talk about Bite Victim, because I completely forgot we were on Bite Victim and not David.
Yeah, this is the whole point of the stream. Our
Okay,
theory.
no. We already covered David. Like, we talked about Sleepy Moon and M1 and M2 and David having heterochromia. You know, we got there. But about Bite Victim specifically, I wanted to kind of pose the question, and I want to start with Raven, who's been the most quiet. I know you're hating me for this, but we'll do it. What is it that Bite Victim saw?
Oh, okay.
I hate you.
Interesting.
Yay!
I think,
See, I told you.
honestly, Since I was
Corey,
I'm
let
glad
someone
we-
else
I'm glad
answer.
I came in talking about Foxy Grid, because now that I think about it, I think what Bite Victim saw might also be a similar situation. That is too vague, and so much stuff happens in Five Nights at Freddy's. It could be literally anything, and we wouldn't know.
Hold on, Raven. What do you think it is?
Arrow Sigma.
Honestly, I feel like the biggest issue with it is that we never see anything that's flat out like shown to us that would fit the description of what he could have seen.
So, what do you think are the
Yeah.
options? What do you think are the options for what he saw?
So it would have to be like something that like he saw in the darkness, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
he like
guess-
misinterpreted, misunderstood, however you want to describe it. So there's William putting someone in like that Springlock suit.
Arrow.
If you want to take into consideration maybe the backstage area, that could be like a darker area. So maybe that like wiring coming out could be hair or not. It's up to you on your theory there. It could be that. Or it could just be something completely else that we just don't know yet. But I feel like that answer hasn't quite been explored to what we wish it could be.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you bring up that it's like something that he saw in the darkness. It's like what is seen in shadows is easily misunderstood in the mind of a child. I
Mhm.
like I made this connection like right now is what is seen in shadows, and you've got Shadow Freddy, which gives credence to the 11-year-old theory that the Shadow animatronics are spring-lock failure victims. But we're not gonna.
And I think which is just pretty unlikely at this point.
Yeah, now especially with so obviously Shadow Bonnie has stuff in the modern era, like some minor things. It has like hide and seek from Fast Food Frights and so on. Shadow Freddy is going to be important. Like I don't. There's not a shadow of a doubt that Shadow Freddy is going to be important because not only not only is Shadow Freddy Nightmare, who's Nightmare-Own, who's super important.
Who's Nuke?
It's
True.
like okay because we all okay. Does everyone here agree that Shadow Freddy and Nightmare are like basically the same thing or tied to each other?
Files say.
Probably.
The files say it, so.
Good.
Probably.
And
like, not just the files, but it makes logical sense because Nightmare is basically just a shadowy version of Nightmare Fredbear.
Nightmare could also just be a projection, but
Nightmare's a
and then
projection.
there's also Lefty, which is a whole thing.
Kelsey's a
I don't think Nightmare and Nightmare Fredbear are actually even real.
Yeah. But listen to like UCN, right? UCN is all about I am the fearful reflection of what you have created with Nightmare-Own.
Yeah.
It's what was it? I assure you, I am very real. Yeah, Shadow Freddy being Crying Child is a possibility. I don't know if I'm subscribed to it at the moment. But look, if we agree that Shadow Freddy is Nightmare, we agree that Nightmare is Nightmare-Own, which it just is because we never okay.
And then
to
Lefty is the puppet. So what?
Yeah,
So
not to
what kind
pull
the
the two people in the same room at the same time bullshit, but the only time you ever see Nightmare and Nightmare-Own occupying the same physical space is UCN, which obviously doesn't mean anything. Like in Help Wanted, there's only a Nightmare-Own piece of merch. In Security Breach, there's only a Nightmare-Own collectible. There's no Nightmare collectible, and in the game, it's called the Nightmare plush. So it feels like Nightmare-Own is just the modern equivalent of Nightmare. So I honestly think that Crying Child being Shadow Freddy makes sense, and it also makes sense for Shadow Freddy to become relevant to the modern era in some way.
I feel like we jumped the gun there.
Yeah, no, I think Nightmare-Own is relevant.
Shadow Freddy or Shadow Freddy
Tied.
is
Agony.
Like, connected.
Yeah, Agony.
Okay,
Fine.
I was very confused for a second.
Fine. No, Crying Child isn't Shadow Freddy. So someone actually, I want to say this. I want to bring this up. Oh, Flip, you want to go first?
For any theory with like Cassie's Shadow Freddy or Crying Child, for me to believe that I need an instance of a ghost specifically like appearing as a shadowy version of the character. Now it's not that ghosts can't appear as shadow.
I got you.
Maybe Andrew did it. I think maybe Andrew did it. Like he appeared as a shadow child. But
I think if he's looking at Man in Room 1280, he was just a kid.
Do we consider
With a
children
mask,
to be
yeah.
animatronics? I mean, if game theory was true.
Andrew in the Man in Room 1280, he was kind of like how you see the kids in the movie, where they just are kids, and then they vanish behind a wall.
Yeah, but it's always brought up that he's kind of like, it's brought up that he's like
shadow.
in shadow, like he's in the shadow. Yeah. Okay, I wanted to say this earlier.
I don't know.
Someone in my comments like a while ago, I think this was like a couple of weeks ago already, brought up a very cool, like, I don't believe this, I think it's just very interesting, a very cool way to look at it, that Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie are kind of like imprints of two souls being in one thing. So it's kind of like Shadow Freddy, it's, Cassidy and Crying Child can't really fully control one suit. So one of them leaves an imprint. It's like, it's an imitation of what Golden Freddy is. They said they didn't really have Yeah, they didn't have an explanation for Shadow Bonnie, but honestly, if anything,
Andrew.
Yeah, it would be Andrew. If anything, it would be Andrew.
Can I say 3 words that are kind of mean in connection
Corey,
with each
do
other?
not. No.
Oh no.
Corey, listen to your sister.
Well, now I want to hear it. Well, now I want to hear it.
No.
I was just gonna say Dugos copium, but
Yeah.
That wasn't the 3 words we.
That wasn't what I was thinking. Okay. Yeah, I was envisioning a different 3 words. You know what 3 words reminds me of? 3 times 4 is 12, and if you add 2 to that, that's 14, and chat should spam 14. Yeah, that's
Alright,
right.
Good job!
That's 4
You
steps. That's not 3
passed
steps.
Yay!
Good job. You got an
Loser.
ace on your test.
Chat, if
Okay.
I refresh this video and it hasn't shot up to over 100 likes yet, despite us having 280 viewers, I'm gonna be so disappointed. I'm gonna be so disappointed.
120. Let's go.
Let's
120
go!
likes. Yeah.
I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of you guys.
Woo!
Keep
All,
going.
all it
keep
took
going.
was Mr. Kelsey's a projection to
threat?
convince you.
This is a projection.
Kelsey's a projection.
All it took was me of accidentally implying I was going to say something way worse than I was going to.
Yeah.
The moment
Especially.
chat hears you about to say that, like.
Okay,
Is what scared me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Raven, your answer to what the crying child saw is I don't know, man. Shut the fuck up. Leave me alone. Is that accurate?
I mean, yeah, 'cause I do want to say this.
My answer too.
I want to say this with the community. We look for answers on things a lot, like the spring lock suit from Sister Location, what Crying Child saw in the dark. Like a lot of things that fit this bill of, yeah, they've been talked about, but they were never explored. So we use them to reach for things that we will never get an answer to until Scott actually decides
Fair
to
enough.
actually look into them.
I just think. Okay, wait. I am gonna ask though. Then, what do we agree? What is definitely not what Crying Child saw?
He
Charlie's
definitely.
FBI.
Anything
Yeah.
unrelated to the Springlock or to Fredbear or a Springlock suit in general.
Okay,
because
hot
there,
take.
there is a direct connection.
Hot take
Yeah,
here.
I'm in
I don't
I'm
think
in
it was a
the zone where,
Springlock
I
failure.
absolutely do not think he saw Elizabeth die.
It doesn't need to be a failure. It just needs to be connected.
Yeah, it can't be
Specifically afraid
Elizabeth.
of the yellow suits for some reason. So
The
whoever had something
only
that had to do with the yellow suit.
the only
Again,
kind of
best
credence to him seeing
explanation me and
Elizabeth.
Connie had was that he saw someone have a Springlock failure and it freaked him out.
I don't like that. I don't like that because the Springlock, like, okay, so by 1985, Springlock failures are a thing that happened, and honestly, I really liked it in FNaF 3. In like the training tapes, Ralph is like, "Oh yeah, if you get Springlock, just go bleed out somewhere," as if he didn't survive a Springlock failure. I think that at this point, in the story, Springlock failures are something that have happened, but they're something that is not very common anymore. I think that after like in the 80s, like it stopped happening a lot. So I think it's unlikely for Crying Child to have seen a Springlock failure, especially because that kind of thing is proven to have closed down the location. Like, part of the reason why Circus Baby's Pizza World happened is likely a Springlock failure, not just Elizabeth's death.
Is it specifically regards whatever they saw as multiple Springlock failures. Whatever phone guy is referring to was the entire
Multiple
shoot going
simultaneous,
off.
yeah.
Multiple simultaneous,
Which
yeah.
him being caught
Multiple
in a
simultaneous
Springlock is
can
just
mean
one.
various things, which could either be that multiple suits went off, or that usually a Springlock failure is one Springlock, and multiple simultaneous meaning an entire suit.
Yeah.
Because like, I feel like what happened to William was a multiple simultaneous Springlock failure.
Yes.
Yeah.
It had sense Ralph being able to survive because like it just like got his leg or something, and then they immediately got him out of there. Like,
yeah, and another thing, like with that multiple simultaneous Springlock failure, that's at the sister location the day before the MCI is like starting to be talked about by Phone Dude as well with the safe rooms.
Yeah,
let's
I
say there's
mean,
like a suit, messed up in a
So like if the sister location was only open for one day,
why does
Elizabeth died the day before the MCI?
Why does Seabear have Springlock suits but no safe room?
Seabear? Oh, yeah, that's a good point, actually. Like, hold up. Pull up, like... If you pull up, like, the sister location
Because
map...
the map doesn't show it.
No, like, let me see if there's a
the map
possibility.
never shows the safe room.
They're not using the
Circus
suits for
Babies...
True.
That suit was for Circus Babies.
Yeah. It's like, if anything, it's the private room. That's the only possible thing, but that's William's thing. That's like William's room.
I think they're assuming that they're using that
It's
suit
Will room.
actively in Seabear, which I don't think it is, because that
Oh,
came from her old pizzeria, which was Pizza World.
True.
So we think CBPW, Circus Babies Pizza World, had a safe room. Like, is that what we're saying? I guess that makes sense.
Probably.
Because
we've never
it's
seen
a
the
sister
location,
location, so
so-
still under the Fazbear Entertainment branding. If every location was fitted with a safe room, it would still have one. It just wasn't boarded up yet.
Yeah, I mean that, but again, I really think that with how the technology looks, and I think some other stuff I can't remember right now, I think Elizabeth dies like late 80s. I really don't think she I really think she makes it a lot longer than other people think she does.
I
She had
really
to get old enough to be that age.
look.
She was when
I
she
know
died.
I've dragged this to death,
And well, that and
but
the reason I think that she didn't die because I keep bringing her up, but I think it's like a piece of pretty conclusive evidence is right in front of the Afton house. There's a girl dressed not like Circus Baby, but like Elizabeth, down to almost the same coloring as she is in the next game, and has the hair bow, and it's the exact same outfit. And
it's a Charlie
Toy Girl.
situation.
I think Toy Girl.
And then she has the rest of the toy. Like she's sitting in front of Elizabeth's room. The golden Freddy's eyeballs are lit. She has the other three toy animatronics, and the mangle is in Elizabeth's room. I just really think that since she dresses, and if it dresses like Elizabeth and looks like Elizabeth, and it is sitting in front of Elizabeth's room in their front yard, I think it's Elizabeth. Meaning she was alive during FNaF. During when
people
when
say just the exact same, but it's like, when has Scott ever had sprite consistency, to be perfectly honest?
Chat. Well, hold on.
The colors are slightly off, but like slightly off the same way that Mike's skin tone is slightly off. Like
Chat.
like I'm not gonna be looking at
Why are you okay? I know you're rallying for TD to be back. I'm trying to get TD back in. It's just my concern is we have a lot of people and a lot of us are interrupting each other as is normal. I interrupt a lot. Everyone interrupts a lot. That's fine. It's just.
Sorry, I'll try to talk less.
I have a diagnosis.
No, actually, it said that you need to talk more.
Yeah, I need to talk more. Yeah, flip side. No, flips. They're saying, why did you kick out TD for someone who barely talks? And then people are like, flip side, talk more, please. So I guess they want to hear you talk. Flip side, what do you think?
We didn't kick
No.
out TD.
Yeah, we didn't kick out TD. TD DM'd me when Shizu arrived, saying, I think I'm gonna leave because there's a lot of people. Like it was like I knew at that point that TD kind of wanted to leave, so I let him go. Yeah, it's your fault. Everyone blamed Shizu. Oh, by the way, 313 people, but only like 130 likes. Come on, guys.
Shame.
By the way, while we're here, if in case you don't know how to read, updated memberships are live now. So go give yourself a membership. Give me money, please. I'm desperate.
If you give him money, there's a higher probability of TD rejoining.
Yeah. Give me money. I'll send him a screenshot and go, TD. This is money to pay for you to come back, and he'll come back and say, God, David. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like the stream for a cookie and yeah, whatever. Just give me money. Come on. Okay. Flip. Did you already say like what you think Crying Child saw? Because that's a good opportunity for chat to hear your voice.
No, I haven't really talked about it. I would say, what personally, I mean, this is just me. I think whatever Crying Child, I mean, I saw most likely would make sense in the context of any of the first 4 games. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
I can't say conclusively what he saw, except
thank you, Bronze Films.
Yeah, thanks, Bronze Films. TD, come back.
I'm pretty confident that, like Nero said, it has to do with the shadow. It was probably something in darkness that happened in the darkness. 2, it's got to be something with the yellow suits. I think just because like those are what he specifically seems to be afraid of the most. Because he sees the guy in the yellow suit. It's like, oh, run away, and he's like, oh no, and he breaks down crying. People aren't gonna like this. I don't have a clear answer.
No. It's Clavis. Clavis is in chat and said yawn, like extremely prolonged yawn. Yeah, I would be cool.
Please. I don't know what you guys want from me. I don't have the answers. I'm not Scott Coffin.
No.
Why not?
Phil LeBrave is Scott Coffin. Don't get them mixed up.
Sorry.
Hold on.
When it's not like other stuff about Crying Child, ask me, I guess.
Yeah, honestly, the answer for what Crying Child saw just tends to be, I don't know. Like for most of the community, I feel like no one actually has a definitive answer because it's so hard to come up with an answer for this. And I think that's normal.
Can I say something that'll get me crucified?
Yes.
I can't think of things that will get you more crucified than you already are, but go for it.
I think that that mini game starts and you're like under the table, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Fredbear's like, you gotta get out of here, like run away. And if you go left, it says, no, don't you remember what you saw? He'll catch you if you go that way. Go back the other way.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's literally just saying that right before the mini game started, you saw the Fredbear mascot on the left side of the room.
That's entirely possible. That's you know what? That's probably it. Yeah, that's it. I think
Okay.
you did it. You solved it.
There's an
Probably
evil
bastard.
option.
Totally right.
There's an evil option.
That might just be
What
it
if
I keep
Crying
really bad
Child
wording.
what if Crying Child just didn't see anything and it's just William gaslighting him?
That's an actual theory.
But
Do you remember what you saw?
Dave, my
Here's the
son.
thing. Yeah, here is the thing: is probably even pre Crying Child dying and all this stuff. William really likes gaslighting his kids. He finds so much enjoyment in it. Like when he's sitting in his office gaslighting his kids and gassing his kids, he has this biggest grin on his face. Like he's like a little schoolboy with a lollipop.
He's like, I'm gonna gaslight them about things that don't even matter.
Sometimes the easiest answer is the most best one. So
I
honestly,
legitimately thought you guys were gonna call me stupid.
Nope.
No,
No,
You might be a
makes
genius,
sense.
actually. I think you cooked with this one.
yeah.
Gibby's in the kitchen, and
I'll take it.
Someone in chat said, "Remember what you saw a few seconds ago." Like, yeah, like I just saw. Yeah, you just saw someone put on a Springlock suit. Remember that? Yeah, you saw that like 5 seconds ago. What if that's it? Yeah.
Doesn't-
Oh,
it would be
Fazan's
one of
here.
those weird games where like we didn't see it, but like because
Hold
we
on.
didn't, it's like when we do something Chris wouldn't do in Deltarune, and they're like, "What are you doing? That's not something Chris would do." It's like, "What are you doing? Why are you going back there? You saw a thing. What the hell?
Yeah.
Go to the door."
Except I feel sorry for Chris and I don't feel sorry for Crying Child. Sorry.
Oh,
No.
him and his squishy little head deserved it.
What do
Chris-
you know
Chris-
what
Chris
Crying
didn't
Child
deserve it.
stands for?
CC, yeah, Crying
Wanna-
Child. Yeah. Hold
I wanna
on.
give my
Fazan,
Crying Child
Fazan. We will all give Fazan 2 minutes to talk about the loop victim. So the timer starts now. Faz, go off.
Yeah.
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know Loop Victim, it's just the idea that the Crying Child has been looping the FNaF 4 minigames pretty much every week since he died, and the loop is taking place like way in the future, not in 1983. But it's just his memory of the week before he died, and he's looping it. So what I think the Crying Child saw,
a week before.
what I think the Crying Child saw under Loop Victim is that he's been seeing himself get bit every single week for years, and he's terrified of Fredbear because he knows that if he gets caught, he gets bit. And so, don't you remember what you saw? He'll catch you. He's talking about Fredbear biting him because he's been looping the memory.
It's the guy in the
No, yeah,
photo
that's
shoot.
right.
There's something to do with the idea that this is why the animatronics get like more aggressive over the week, because Golden Freddy's like affecting them, and the more distressed he gets, the more like wild the animatronics get.
The closer
And I
you get
think
to the bite, the more the animatronics get aggressive throughout the week.
The biggest
getting closer to the bite.
the reason I think this is a likely theory is because the week before is a book that is out, and it's this is a ghost looping, and you have to help free his spirit.
You know what
And-
else
And
is
you
a
gotta
ghost
do-
looping? You know what else is a ghost looping? Arnold from Secret of the Mimic.
Or-
Secret of the Mimic.
You
loop.
gotta give the spirit something specific that breaks him out of the loop. For Crying Child, it's
Yeah,
the
'cause
Fredbear
I
mask,
actually-
and for
I actually,
Ralph, it's the bone.
And for Arnold,
That
it's
Frederick, I actually-
it's the FNAF 4
Tiger,
bedroom.
I would
model.
say. Yeah.
It's the FNAF 4 bedroom. It's seeing the
Yeah,
mimic
something like that.
deactivated. It's the mimic being deactivated.
I
It
was
frees
thinking,
him.
well, because you have to have the tiger plush to get that ending, so I was thinking it would be the tiger plush
That makes sense.
as an item.
So
What are you,
like I don't
name
really. There's a lot more to Secret of the Mimic being a time loop, which kind of ties back to a lot of the week before and the loop victim and so on.
Honestly, any game with multiple endings, I can believe.
No,
that
it's
might
this
be
is
like
different.
multiple endings.
Have you? Okay, I know you probably haven't, so I won't ask a pointless question. But if you watched the Secret of the Mimic loop video, I don't think it's just because
I have not, but I'm not opposed to it. Honestly,
no, I'm not saying
any
you are. I'm not
FNAF
saying you are.
game with multiple endings, I can take being a loop, except maybe Security Breach, because Gregory is probably alive.
I think it's less
Corey,
about
turn
multiple
your mic down.
endings. I think it's
Okay,
less
hold on,
about
let me figure it out.
multiple endings and more about New Game Plus. There's
I-
more, and New Game Plus not just being New Game Plus. Like New Game Plus tends to be just, oh yeah, you get you start the game over, but you have every ability ever, which is just the most pathetic thing ever. Because like if you pick up like a Ubisoft game with New Game Plus, you just have all the abilities and beat the game in 30 minutes. So it's like that kind of New Game Plus is stupid. But this is a New Game Plus that explicitly allows you to get a different option and a different ending for Arnold. So I think that's what gives Secret of the Mimic being a time loop merit. I don't think Secret of the Mimic is a time loop. Secret of the Mimic is kind of Arnold reliving what he did as like a ghost That's more like it. It's not like
True.
it's not Fiona like creating a simulation. People have
Oh yeah,
proposed
and I never
simulation
thought that was
theory.
Lupin's thing either. I don't think
Fake
there's any
Fiona?
like. I don't think they're doing Groundhog's Day.
Yeah,
Like
it's not.
actually,
It's not
ghosts.
Groundhog
Ghosts
Day.
are like ghosts in FNaF are very based on memory. So the idea of they're reliving the week before they died until they see their own dead body to realize, oh, I died, makes sense to me.
Yeah, because in the week before with the Crying Child, because the 1983 ending, because Frederick, you mentioned this. The thing about it is I was talking about this with Terminal Error and Shadow Libra in another stream, but the thing about the recording of the bite that we hear is that that's definitely Bite Victim's memory just being projected into the phone, because that wouldn't
It's word for
have been
word.
recorded on a random phone. Because and
Yeah.
in fact, it seems like it's coming from specifically his perspective, because the sound of the man yelling for them to get away from the stage is like farther away from where we can hear the crying child, and then obviously he hangs up the phone and he's still crying.
Wait, do we know what
So-
day that call happens? The 83 call?
Isn't it night
It's
one?
night 4.
It has to be night.
No, it's
Night
night
five.
4.
It's night
It has to be
4.
night
I know
4, yeah.
specifically because when I did a live read on stream, I knew Corey was gonna do that, so I told myself, okay, tab that page separately because she's gonna type in 1983 immediately.
I
And then I
technically
forgot
wasn't
to do
supposed
that.
Well, I technically
Yeah,
wasn't
and-
supposed to be able to do that on the phone,
And
but I
then
immediately
she-
said put in
well, and then
1983, and that was
she
my
did
first
that.
tap.
She did that, and I had forgotten to actually tab it, and so I actually had to track it down. So yes, it is night 4. You are able to type in 83.
Interesting.
Which
Alright,
is
well,
which
that's
is
all
the
I have
night that
time
Ralph
for,
actually
but-
died, which might also be, which I think the reason that Golden Freddy is there and so apparent is that it seems that Ralph was stuffed into the Golden Freddy suit, so that's probably why he's there. He's like, why are you in my house? Get out!
Get out of my house!
Get out of my house!
True.
Can you
Uh,
go get this guy out of my house?
Fazend, your time
Bye-bye,
is up.
everybody.
Oh, you're leaving? Okay.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
Chat,
Alright, see you.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Fazend.
Chat,
We enjoyed
good
our
having
time
you.
together. Bye bye.
Chat, spam 14 and TD might come back, but he was busy with matters of extreme importance. So
Taco
What
yeah.
we need is actually we
No,
need
it wasn't
more
Taco
people.
Bell.
We need 13 people in the call so that TD can be the 14th. We need
Yeah.
actually
Are you
more
kidding me?
people.
14 people? Do we even have that many people? Do we even have that many
Yeah.
people in the server? We have 27 in this specific one.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. We almost have 2 14s, so if we can get 2 14s in here, that would
7
be
more
nice.
people to get on.
Clavis, we already
Let's
talked about Timmy Victim. Timmy Victim was a subject like half an hour ago.
get Hyper in here.
Yeah,
Goodbye, let's
Hyper
get
can't.
you.
It's 5 a.m. for Hyper. I say Hyper can't, but Hyper's in chat, so.
We gotta get to 14.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything specific they want to ask anyone else about Crying Child? Because I'm kind of at a loss. I know there's more.
The receiver in Five Nights at Freddy's 3.
Correct.
Oh, everyone's
What's
favorite
going on
topic.
there, guys? What's
Wait,
going
the
on there?
what?
The receiver.
What's going
The
on with
receiver.
the receiver? in
Oh,
Freddy's
Happy
no,
Birthday,
but
receiver.
receiver is absolutely the crying child. Like,
Based.
Blah,
I don't care if
blah.
you think.
died on his
I don't
birthday,
care
the
if you
party
guys
was for
think
him.
that there's like if you guys think there's like 18 people in Golden Freddy, the receiver is absolutely crying child just because it's so obviously paralleled to the bite that
It's even like it's
to-
like a mirrored version of the bite, but it's going well and good
Oh,
this time, and
what?
he doesn't die, and you have friends, and they're wearing the mask, but they're your friends, and you have cake, and the
Yeah,
birthday
it's
party
just
goes
so
good, and there's no
obvious.
animatronics.
It's definitely a more satisfying narrative, but I will play a devil's advocate and say there is certain evidence that would suggest it's a Freddy's thing.
Yeah,
There's one issue.
Oh, and what is that issue? I know already what it is, but pray do tell.
Of course, that would be Bite Victim to most people not existing before the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 4,
Hell
which
yeah.
would make it a retcon to the majority of people, unless somehow Bite Victim was there inside of the original 3 games. What are you guys'
Well,
thoughts on that?
Okay, my thought specifically
first
is
one.
my
Good
thought
Freddy.
specifically is that Scott wanted the Golden Freddy spirit to move on last, so that's the one who gets the party or whatever. When he was making FNaF 4, he was like, oh, I'll give a bit more backstory to the Golden Freddy spirit and like a reason for the party to be like that, and then no one picked up on it. So that's what I think happened.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
I
think Crying Child was in. Look, here's the thing. I don't think much was planned in the first game. It was like one of his last hurrahs before he like quit
No,
making
nothing
video
was
games
planned.
forever. Nothing was planned
The
in that
first one.
game.
But
FNAF 2
2
was
and
when he
3 were
actually started
definitely.
like doing
No,
things.
FNAF 3 and FNAF 4 were definitely planned simultaneously, in my opinion. They meshed with each other very well. I think
4 wasn't.
FNAF 4 was, I think. Maybe not fully. I think there were
FNAF 4
elements
The
that
thing
were.
is FNAF 3
The
is when
outline
Scott
was.
kept saying this is gonna be the last one, I promise, for real, and he's
Yeah.
never made good on that promise.
Look,
I
do,
think,
do,
I
do
think
any
it
of
was more of
you
like if Scott being like, if I wanted to end here, I could.
do any of you find it
But
suspicious
never
that he's
did.
like, this is the last game, I promise, for realsies this time, and then not even like a day later, he's like, oh well, this game isn't that good. Okay, let me make another one, and comes out with the sequel like 4 months later, which is like fully fleshed out with full mini games and new mechanics.
He might be a bit of a perfectionist.
I think when he made
For a
FNAF
perfectionist,
2,
he sure doesn't have
already
good
had-
quality control.
He had a good idea of what he wanted the third
A
game
what?
to be like, because he wanted it to be a trilogy where it was the very beginning and then the very end.
did say he
But
wanted it to be a
during the development of FNAF 3, I think he wanted to sprinkle in more ideas in case he wanted to make another game, and it was specifically because FNAF 3 didn't do too well that he was like, hey, I already put those pieces in there to set up a fourth
Let's flesh
game,
them out.
so let's actually utilize it and finish that story.
Flush it out. Yeah.
I think
And then
that it was
everyone-
always supposed to be Golden Freddy Kid. I think that FNAF 4 was just like, now I'm gonna flesh out his backstory and like tell how he died. I think that the Scott Con or whatever is the existence of the Cassidy character, not the existence.
I
of
don't
the
think.
Brainchild
See,
character.
here's the thing: is I don't think she does exist. So that's where.
Yeah,
See, those are the words I assumed she was going to say. I assumed she was just going to lean in and say Cassidy isn't real.
Assuming that a Cassidy character
not real, she
exists,
can't
I
hurt
think
you.
that
Okay,
would
yeah.
be the retcon.
Yeah, I can
Anyway,
see that.
Nero, I saw that you said in chat that you don't believe bite victim receiver. So
My
what do you think?
goat, my goat.
I don't
thing
understand.
that
I don't
bugs
understand
me-
because
This
it's
is why we're
literally the new
friends.
of the bite. I don't see the purpose. I don't see who else it could be that has more visual and like textual evidence leading towards who it is.
Oh shit!
So,
You got a Nightmare on Theory, funny green man, great work.
Yeah, thanks, Rose. I wasn't able to shout you out.
$14.14.
$14
That's
and 14 cents.
Aw, you sly dog.
Yes, sir.
With
Chad, spam
the
14.
receiver, the thing about it is, for me, it's this thing. If you're MCI 83, it's extremely easy. But if you're not, then you have to like have the most convincing argument ever for telling me that Bite Victim died 2 years before the missing children incident and is somehow the 5th missing child. You have to convince me.
Okay,
Because-
and
here's the
the
question,
Springlock
though.
thing,
Oh,
I
no,
do
here
not.
we are.
I do. No.
Because
Let's
they're
not even get
always
started. Let's not even get
together.
started.
Yeah, let's not get started on that.
I think that's a bad idea because we still have to talk about
They're
Gregory,
Raven.
and I have a deadline. I have to
what?
finish before. Oh,
You
we have
perhaps think
we have
David
40 more
Murray
minutes.
is the receiver?
Don't call him Murray.
David
Okay,
Mur-
just for
no,
that.
No.
Just for calling him David Murray, we have to talk about that now.
I don't see why Crying
You're being
Child
kicked out of
didn't-
this.
I think Crying Child didn't have any friends in life, so he got friends in death.
Facts.
Like, these are your
Deep.
friends now.
That's
That's
deep.
really, yeah. Just like
Oh, yeah, they got
Crying Child's
Keith in
great.
chat.
About 6 feet.
Okay. Anything else about Bite Victim? Let me think. Okay, so we talked about what he saw, and our answer was I don't know. We talked about like some aspects of his possession. We talked about the loop victim. I mean, okay, yeah, no. Okay, I'm gonna say it up front. BV
That's the
Toy
whole
Shink.
thing. It's the whole
BV
thing.
Toy Shink is not possible, not because of not having evidence, not because of any kind of
William killed that boy.
William
killed that
didn't
boy.
kill
William
him.
killed that boy.
The
No,
only
he
way,
absolutely killed that boy.
he's responsible, not guilty. That's the thing. He's
I
responsible
think
for
if
his
you
death,
unplug
not
someone's
guilty.
life support, you killed them.
And where does it say that he unplugged his life support? That's right,
The
nowhere.
flatline.
No.
Are
He-
you saying
hear
the
his-
puppet was the one who killed him?
Wait.
I think he says, I'm
wait.
gonna put you back together, and then took him off the heart monitor at least.
Yeah, I just realized. Raven, confirm you're the doctor guy. You know about this. A flatline doesn't happen when someone's heart stops beating. It happens when you unplug the
Yeah, you
life
can't
support,
unplug
right?
it.
Well, I mean, you can unplug it, but the thing is, it's so basically that's just something where it just measures your like heart rate. Basically, it's weird to explain, but basically, when your heart ceases, the flatline also kind of like starts to stop as well. It takes a second, but it will stop.
Okay.
Unless if you just flat out unplug it, because it's just not operating. But then I don't think it would. Well,
I
actually, it
mean,
might. It depends.
I think
on
it's
the model.
possible. I think it's possible that it was just a case of, like, Crying Child's been comatose for so long that William just goes like, yeah, okay, just take him off life support, and he just comes and says, I will put you back together, and then just never does that
He's
over
like,
the
yeah,
course of the next
don't worry,
50 years.
I got a hot new trick. I learned this from Full Metal Alchemist. I know what I'm doing.
I think it's a case of Scott
guys.
doesn't know the specifics behind how flatlines actually work.
Yeah.
And he's just
Oh, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think
a
Scott
symbol
knows how it
to
works.
him.
That's
Yeah,
fully
I
possible.
I genuinely
I
think
feel like
the only
I
reason
personally think
for
the flatline might not even be in universe. It might just be a representation of, and then he dies here.
Yeah,
To
that's
me, that's
true.
like Scott doesn't come off as the person who would be like, "Oh, this is how flatlines." I think he genuinely just did what pretty much all like fictional like media does,
Media,
where the
yeah.
flatline is communication of death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's a meta element.
When me and Connie did deep research, we know that the name Cassidy wasn't named for boys in the U.S. until 1983. But I don't know
Or
if
girls.
Scott knew that. It was used for girls beforehand, though.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't used. I couldn't find records of it being used in the U.S.
wasn't
before
used at all until
1983.
You don't get it.
Which
You just
makes
don't
me
get it.
like,
Could be wrong.
He's
for me,
Irish.
I could be
say
wrong.
Either Scott didn't know
Yeah,
that,
it's
or
Irish.
Scott Googled
The
boys
Aftons
name
are Irish.
1983,
Secret
and
of the
because of
Mimic.
that, because yeah, it was literally directly 83 when Cassidy the name started being used, like a kid was born. But I don't think that means like the person named Cassidy was born in 83. I think that could very well mean Scott Googled boys name 1983.
Or he was
So,
just like, hey, I like the name Cassidy, and then just didn't look it up.
Yeah, or
which
that.
is fair.
Yep. Like Secret of the Mimic gets gift cards wrong. Like they did not exist back when Secret of the Mimic takes place.
No,
That's
no,
just
no.
like
Okay.
an error that Steelwool did.
No,
That's
but
funny.
honestly, like the game is full of stuff like that. Like there's like Secrets of the Mimic has QR codes. Like the QR codes are a reused asset from Security Breach, but it's still very funny. I think it doesn't matter. I think that kind of stuff, like the QR codes is just stupid. They have said that they'll be removing
during 1979.
they'll be removing reused assets. They said that they're gonna push out an update in the next few months where they're just gonna get rid of assets that aren't the thing.
They forgot to.
They're gonna yeah.
From one of the
They're gonna remove the Arizona newspaper. They're gonna remove the QR codes. Probably they're gonna remove like.
Okay, so it isn't Arizona.
No, it isn't. Arizona's a stock
so-
image.
No,
We know it is. It's a stock
Yeah.
image.
Wouldn't it be
Poor
so
Terminal.
funny if they replaced the Arizona newspaper and it read like New Hampshire?
No, they just
Just
lazily
Nevada.
Photoshop Utah on top of it. Like just
Yeah.
like with MS Paint, just scribble it out and put on Utah.
Yeah, that'd be
Utah.
Well, I think they should do. I think they should do
Terminal
what the
error.
Silent Hill 2 remake did and hide the Arizona newspaper under the new one.
Terminal is having Arizona
Terminal,
newspaper
no.
PTSD. No, we should. He's kicking into his trauma response. No. Terminal.
We had this conversation
Arizona
about 2
found
weeks ago.
dead.
Terminal error.
So, do we have anything to talk about Crying Child, or do we summon TD and start talking about Gregory and wrap it up with,
I like talking
Yeah,
about
David.
Gregory.
okay.
Son Gregory.
I have thoughts on,
Well, finally, after all these years, we've always had Father Gregory, and now we finally have Son Gregory.
Arizona
Now we need
doesn't,
Holy Spirit.
Arizona doesn't exist in the FNaF universe. Please explain, Coach
You wanna know
Stinger.
actually,
Arizona isn't real; it can't hurt you.
you wanna know what else is funny? Mexico doesn't exist. Neither does Japan or the UK doesn't exist in the FNAF
Dude,
universe. 'Cause
dude,
into the pit
Portugal
on the
doesn't
map,
exist.
They're just gone.
Portugal doesn't exist. I'm not real.
Okay,
Leaving Florida.
okay, is that
Mexicans
okay?
aren't
Question:
real.
Is that
Neither
the
are
tried to
Japanese
say
people.
William Afton hasn't been British this whole time, but much like PJ Haywood has actually been Australian this
Yeah.
whole time?
Yeah, I'm a,
Okay.
I'm a semi-subscriber to that theory. I think it makes sense. He sounds a lot more like rich
I can make
Australian
sense.
than British. I buy it, honestly. I think he's
Wait, okay.
British.
And Madagascar is on the opposite coast of Africa in the map as well.
Do we think that
Why-
someone at
why did
Megacat, you can tell Megacat Studios is an American game company because they do not know their geography.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Fair.
Like,
I only know
hold
my
up.
geography because I was homeschooled.
Oh, I
My mom
love
forced us to
geography
draw-
and I am
our mom
homeschooled.
forced us to draw the world maps from memory.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it
Let me
was-
send an image. Let me send an image of what Into the Pit says the world looks like not like an actual full detailed map. I'm not real. I don't exist. I don't exist. Apparently, my country doesn't. My country didn't deserve to exist. Rip.
You got
But for
Thanos
some
snapped
reason,
out of existence.
but for some reason, all of Asia exists. Like all of the little islands are like there's like little details of the islands
if
around.
Europe doesn't exist,
No,
how
Europe
did they
just doesn't
colonize the United States?
Yeah, that's the question. Is how did you also then how did they colonize Australia?
No, life began in the
Where did
United
the white
States. In
people
the
come
US of
from?
A. You don't
Yeah, where-
understand. You don't
Facts,
understand.
facts, true.
Life began in the US of A.
Yeah, no, so if anyone
people are from
here
Utah.
it was born in Mexico, the UK, or Japan
You're not
in the
real.
FNaF universe, you just don't exist anymore.
Or Europe,
Yep.
apparently.
You're not real.
Does that mean
Or
does that
Europe.
You know
that
what
L
still
chips-
exists?
that- does that mean that
Italy.
Phasma
Let's
Entertainment created
go.
Mexicans
Another
'cause L
W for
chips exists?
Italians.
I don't see Italy.
So wait a
What?
minute.
You
Wait a
might be
minute.
onto
Just
something.
think about this. Think about this, right? If we
Why
go
did they
by
remove
this,
me?
if we use this, that means that in the FNAF universe, Pangea is just impossible because there's a big Madagascar-shaped blob in the middle of the
Okay, but also
of
okay,
South
here's
Africa
the thing,
and,
though.
and
Looking
Africa.
at it,
Blech.
they didn't even do a good job because if you look at the line where Mexico used to be, there's still remaining lines and stuff. They just went on Photoshop and took like a color
So they
dropped and
did
then
it on
just used
purpose.
the basic brush to remove
Why
it.
Is this
would they
visible on
rush?
stream?
Yeah, like when you
Why
see it,
did they
No.
remove
That's not the actual map.
overlap.
That's
Like,
not the actual map.
They just removed What did Mexico do?
Corey, that's not the
No,
actual
no,
map.
no, guys,
That's not the
you
actual
don't
map.
understand. You don't,
Where Mexico? Where
you don't understand. This means that Phasma Entertainment created Mexico because El Chip exists. So Phasma Entertainment created Mexico.
Wait, so they
And
invented.
they
You're telling me they?
Mexico.
Wait, okay, so
and you
Mexico fake theory has just been unlocked.
Yes.
Illusion
I-
Mexico.
Or the question is,
Has anyone ever been to Mexico?
I
in
haven't.
the
Yes,
2020, much how in the
I know people who
2020s,
have, but I
guys,
personally
guys,
haven't been
I have.
there.
or much like in the 2020s to 2030s, bears have become extinct. Did Phasma Entertainment cause Mexico to become extinct?
Wait a minute.
Oh my
Wait a
God.
minute. Think about this, right?
Right.
Wait. So if Mexico doesn't exist, then what happens to New Mexico? Is it just old Mexico now? Is that the actual Mexico, or is
Oh,
or...
that's where Mexico. That's where El Chip's from.
Oh, he's from New
I
Mexico.
was about to ask about El Chip. Where's El Chip from then?
Yeah, he's from New Mexico.
He's from New Mexico,
Well,
which
see,
is
I
just
think
Mexico.
that's my theory is that Mexico and the English Isles area did exist, but due to Phasma Entertainment, they have sunk into the sea like
Whoa.
Atlantis.
They
And
nuked
much like
Mexico.
them causing bears to go extinct, they caused Mexico and Europe to
No,
become
To be
extinct.
fair,
you don't
looking
understand.
at
They
that map,
nuked
it
I don't know,
Mexico.
global
like
warming or
water has
something.
receded in a lot of places.
If
Matt,
you,
promise
you
this is a stream about Crying Child.
yeah, no, but I'm
Oh, no,
intrigued.
that's what happened.
You
Guys,
don't
the
understand.
ocean rose because
I'm
Crying
intrigued.
Child cried so much. The
No,
Crying Child
Oh.
rose.
Mexico
Because Edwin invented
fake.
recycling.
Mexico
crying
Oh, you're
fake.
so right.
Guys, the Crying Child cried too much and sunk Mexico.
Oh my
You
god.
probably
Even
heard
the
them
map-
They moved because they used to live in England because they're British, but then Crying Child sunk England, so
Guys.
they moved to Mexico, and then Crying
Guys,
Child
guys.
sunk Mexico, so they
Okay,
moved to Utah.
okay. Hold on.
Ultimate Custom Night is about we are playing as the Crying Child in Ultimate Custom Night, and the Vengeful Spirit is
whoa.
Mexico. The conglomerate
No,
of
whoa.
Mexico.
I have a different question. I have a question. Why do we think we play? Okay, let's move on to Gregory. I'm done. Well, let me get to.
The bit's
hold
over,
up.
the bit's over.
I'm done.
TD, get your ass back in here.
Okay, wait,
We're
actually, real quick,
talking
as a graphic designer,
about
was the map
Gregory
in the files
Davidson.
for Into the Pit?
Huh?
I'm probably gonna hop out though
Isn't that
because
in the file?
T's gonna come back and I gotta make dinner.
No,
Well,
this-
I will
no.
say really quick.
Yeah.
One thing I want to bring up with Bite Victim Toy Shink is the fact that in order to summon Fredbear, you have to kill Golden Freddy, which Fredbear is a character that only Crying Child, Michael, William, Henry, and the bullies would have a memory of.
And Cassidy.
For real.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Cassie's actually never near Fredbear. He's only near Golden Freddy.
It's missing kid.
Fredbear. Wait until Raven finds out what yellow suit was in operation in 1985. He'll have his mind blown.
Golden Freddy in the back area and into the pit game. Still
No,
Golden Freddy.
Fredbear. No,
Yeah, it's
Fred.
not Fredbear.
Fredbear.
It has the black
version.
hat.
The
Fredbear
FNAF free
had
tapes. The FNAF free
black-
tapes
had
tell us
black.
Fredbear and Spring Bonnie were in use in 1985. Are we just
No, those
erasing
are
history?
Golden Freddy and Golden Bonnie suits. They were
Zero.
renamed. They were rebranded.
Mods,
Yeah,
mods,
I will
mods,
say, you
mods,
know that-
mods, mods, kill this guy.
Golden Freddy ain't got
And
no
I think
purple
the
bow
difference
tie and
between
hat.
are in the
Purple Hat
same
and Black
He's
room.
got
Hat
no
is actually
purple bow
really
tie or
weird.
purple hat either. So even if it was named Fredbear, it's still not purple hat, purple bow tie. So
And neither does
See,
Fredbear
yeah,
on
why
any of
would a
the
spirit
posters,
who
though.
only saw then Black Hat and Purple Bow Tie, why would killing that bring out Fredbear the original that they never have any interaction with?
No, I don't want to talk about Toy Shrink. No.
I'm just leaving this to
I mean,
have
I don't
y'all
believe
debate
it
for a
either.
little
I
bit.
liked it, but you
Good
guys
luck.
are like,
Mods,
your
mods,
food
but I
now.
think
mods,
that
executed.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thanks for coming on. Okay, TD, get in here. TD, we're down to 6 people.
All the Fredbear's posters are in the same room as Golden Freddy and Into the
You
Pit.
didn't get in here before we start talking about the one you should not have killed.
Okay. I think we should take this opportunity to regroup, calm down, and stop thinking about Mexico, and tell everyone to subscribe to Withered Circle. Subscribe to Withered
Everyone
Circle.
take a-
Join the membership.
Everyone, take a deep
I have
breath.
a really good joke. I have a really good joke. Mexico, more like Mexico because it left.
Guys, this means I'm not canon.
I guess.
All right, everyone,
Sorry for
take a
you.
moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. All right.
I got the reference.
All the people that were born in our Mexico are then born in New Mexico in that world.
So
does that mean it has like millions of
born
people?
under the
living-
Yeah.
sea as Atlanteans, as Mexican Atlanteans.
Can we just rename this
Little
stream to
Mermaid.
Mexico Theory?
hold up.
Mexico's theory is that it's Atlantis.
You know, I don't see a lot of the islands as well, so it's
No. You know, honestly,
I think this
Hawaii.
with
Look.
the sloppiness
We
of the
lost
one
Hawaii.
thing, I just as a graphic designer, with the sloppiness of one thing, I bet this was unfinished. I'm thinking they wanted to like make it pixel art, so they had a layer of blue over stuff, and then maybe just gave up and sent it in. I don't know.
Flip. I think that putting Mexico isn't real on my stream would kind of not carry across the message that
Oh,
we're
that's
going
gonna
for
invite
here.
Some very interesting
Yeah,
people.
see-
into the
No,
stream.
It's okay.
To quote Once Upon a Timing, I think we would get a very different audience who is not interested in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's why I was saying you need to put instead "Crying Child Killed Mexico" with like the red text circle. Like
Yeah.
a circle
Okay.
of
I'll make
Mexico.
like a spoof thumbnail for a video with like a crying child Wojak pointing at Mexico with like a green screen
You
explosion
gotta
going
have
off.
me in it. I'm Mexican.
Yeah. We'll do that.
I apologize to Mexico.
Yeah. Sorry,
Sorry,
Mexico.
And Europe.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think
I'm
Europe.
and
No, Europe
Hawaii.
deserves more apologies because not
I will
only they
apologize
didn't
to
just get
Hawaii, I'm
flooded,
not
they got
apologizing to
eradicated.
England. I will apologize to Ireland and Scotland and Wales. I'm
Yeah.
not apologizing to England.
Okay,
I'm not.
I agree.
okay.
Everyone's favorite kid.
We have 20 minutes before Gibby needs to go live with TD. So, and I gotta go as well. So, Gregory, we unfortunately spent way too much time talking about anything but Crying Child. So let's lock in. We talked
Honestly,
Mexico.
That's fair because Gregory's a.
So yeah,
Gregory time, guys.
so guys, about FNaF. Okay, I have thoughts on Gregory, but I can't really formulate them because there's not really any big questions about Gregory. But I want to ask, what do you think the GGY high scores are about? Shizu, you go first.
Oh, well, I thought that was just referring to the fact that he was half possessed via the chip, and he was specifically going around trying to release himself because he was being influenced by the mimic.
In every
Ooh.
arcade machine, yeah.
Oh,
mhm.
hence the broken Balloon
Yeah.
Boy game in the basement.
He was trying.
I
he
like
was
that
trying every.
actually.
He was trying to beat every arcade machine to see if one of them could free him, because like how
Yeah.
Princess Quest frees.
Yeah.
I actually really
yeah.
like that. That's fun.
Because people tend to forget there is a busted, like glitched screen Balloon
Yeah,
Boy
yeah.
arcade game in that final area, but next to a cot that is very specifically Gregory sized. I don't think that's an adult cot.
No, it's definitely great.
Also, the
They
cod that
already
allows you
solved
to
any
cheese. It's also the cod that allowed TD to completely cheese the boss fight, which was very funny. Because he was streaming Security
was,
Breach,
it was.
and Monty popped up through the vent, and so he just started like running around like the cot in loops, and Monty could just never get him. Well, it looked like something out of Tom and
Awesome.
Jerry, and he just cheesed the fight that way.
That's amazing. Question that because in the one person talking about like the arcade game, the guy who like there's like 3 or 4 of his things and he kind of goes crazy because he
The arcade
beats all the
conspirator,
Princess Quest.
yeah.
And he's like, She won't let me," which is, may or may not be the like
Cassie's dad.
dad main
Yeah.
character of Help Wanted, Help Wanted 2.
I
hence
love
Princess
the
Quest
idea of that
4.
being Cassie's dad.
But especially that's why I think Cassie was said like this old place, because like her dad got fired from there, so they just stopped going. But the other thing is, he says that the Balloon Boy arcade machine like vanished. He was like, yeah, we got complaints because it just vanished. It used to be here and now it's gone. Do you think either GGY moved it, or Sun Moon, via being possessed by the Mimic, put it in their spot to keep GGY away from those?
Well, there's actually two. There's one in the cubbyhole in the daycare, and there's one in Burntrap's lair.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the one that's
Those are
busted.
out of
That's like
So
busted, yeah.
the one that Gregory actually wins is the one in the daycare, which is where his like little layer is. So that's like where his base of operations is above the daycare. So that's where he actually beats
Those
the.
cubby holes.
Yeah,
So
it's like his little
I
rabbit
wonder
hole.
with the other Princess Quest arcades, because there's like a kind of Gregory spot in the daycare, but then there's again like a Gregory-sized cot next to the other Balloon Boy arcade game. I'm wondering if there's stuff around all of the Princess Quest stuff that's like Vanny hangs out here, because there's obviously the third one is obvious, but like maybe I don't know, maybe they like to have those arcade games where they hang out.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing is, because the balloon world, because the balloon world arcade machine is also down in Burntrap's lair, but also, which would make it in the sinkhole. But in the same sinkhole, we also have Princess Quest 4, which is in the pizzeria, the FNaF 6 pizzeria. So,
Flip side, I don't think either version of Help Wanted 2 is real life. I don't think either is reality.
Oh no, yeah, we think both of them are VR.
Because there's a lot of VR stuff that
So-
still happens in the quote unquote real world. I think it's a Tiger Rock situation. Nothing's
So
real
you're
anymore.
telling me that Help Wanted 2 is a projection? Is that what you're
Yes.
it's a
saying?
projection.
I don't
What is
know
a
exactly what you mean by that.
No, this is a.
Not real.
Wait, you don't know?
Yeah,
Mods.
there's a projector.
Kelsey's a projection.
Kelsey's a projection. Kelsey's a projection. Kelsey's a projection. Kelsey's a projection.
Okay.
The reason I'm
Okay,
dubbing
yeah.
over the reason I'm dubbing over the soundboard is because Chad can't hear them. So
Okay, wait, question. Okay, one thought I had, and maybe this can be a thought experiment, but it popped into my head. So in the Vanny ending, which may or may not be like a real thing, you free Vanessa via beating all 3 Princess Quest games, specifically 3. Technically, if you speed run, you only need to do 3. And then like Vanessa's freed or whatever. Could the GGY high scores be GGY beating those games because there's spirits in there and it's freeing the spirits from the arcade game, so they stop messing with stuff? And it's like
So-
marking where spirits have been freed.
So are you implying that the arcade? So the only instance of like a mass murder in the Pizzaplex is the all-staff meeting. So are you implying that people from the all-staff meeting just went into arcade machines, or is that just like an
That
agony thing?
or
Someone's never
Oh
played
no, I think that they're all
VIP.
staff bots.
I've
there's
played
also-
VIP.
Scattered across
There is also missing
everything.
kids. There's missing kids in the
VIP.
newspaper, and then VIP is a thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was like kids messing stuff up in the arcade games. And even if it was either GGY is like trying to help them, or it was like a can you beat the game so that they'll just leave so we don't have to deal with this, because I don't actually want to deal with ghosts.
Mm,
The agony soul spirits, and it was like, nah.
We gotta think.
I personally think that the all staff meeting was just Vanny killing everyone, turning them into staff bots, and Help Wanted 2 is
Yeah.
the general staff bot hallucination of them
Yeah.
thinking they're going through the
actually,
training again over and over,
actually,
but they're actually doing
it wasn't
staff bot
Vanny.
jobs.
Okay, explain to me how Vanny, who's like, how tall is Vanny? Like, if we're being real, she's small.
Glitch Trap set up. He set
No,
up the
it was
all-staff meeting.
honestly Glitchtrap set up the all-staff meeting, and like Vanessa just sent FedEx to take the Mimic there and just let it wreak havoc. Because if you look at the room,
Disassemble workers.
like if you go to the room where the all-staff meeting is, the tables and stuff, there's like
They
chairs.
just released poison gas or something.
I was gonna
It's
say
a machine.
It could
It's a
be
machine.
Our favorite antagonist, the re-agent
Wait.
from Earth.
Hell yeah. Dolly.
I don't remember in the all staff meeting email. Do they mention food? Because if they do, it was absolutely poisoned.
Oh, dude,
no.
you're right.
No,
I
it can't be.
mentioned cake, and
There's like toppled over
Cake was
chairs and
poisoned.
tables. It looks like something
Yeah.
went insane and just caused a bunch of damage.
There is an endo in the game that has cake on its mouth. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Yeah, they just let an endo loose.
I think there's several were let loose, but maybe it's just one. I don't know. I think it was either staff bots, a bunch of staff bots, or a bunch of endos is what I think killed everybody. If that was a massacre.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to go really edgy, they could say it's Monty.
Yeah, that's what Monty
Or-
actually did.
Oh, theory.
Monty would do
The like consciousnesses or whatever are in the staff bots, similar how Vanny and Vanessa are in Vanny, but their souls are in the arcade machines. It is freeing things, and beating Princess Quest 4 isn't freeing Vanessa or anything. It's freeing yourself, and that's why you're in there in the end.
What?
And now
There are also a lot of staff bots that are no longer possessed and don't have any possession. So it is incredibly possible that something's been setting the souls free slowly.
And actually the idea of like there's a lot of arcade machines and like too many, so honestly that could be part of it. But then also if they're trying to like yuck it up and mess things up, then GGY just setting souls free to cause like mischief and damage. I mean there's enough like weird Nightmare owned staff bots that they have a pit of it. Like
I was going to bring this up earlier because my timeline is looking a little weird now thinking about this.
oh wait, that's just away.
What is the difference of time period between when Gregory gets set free via the Balloon World arcade machine and the events of Security Breach? Because theoretically,
probably.
Like a week.
It should be. Because I
Really?
was going to say, if it is meant to be the same day, like he just got set free and now Freddy is detected, oh, he's no longer part of the Vanny network, we need to get him, then who set up that cubbyhole? Because presumably if he has that cubbyhole and had the machine in there, I would assume that is Gregory no longer controlled by the Mimic who built that cubbyhole and has been going around the Pizzaplex hiding.
Depends on how much control he has over Gregory, because like Glitchtrap only
Yeah.
has like a certain amount of control over Vanessa. Like she can definitely take over and influence her, but sometimes she's also herself. So it just depends.
We got Green
They
Aftons
do-
in the chat.
They do say Gregory was kind of a rebel, so in thinking GGY they say that. So
Well, the books aren't canon anymore. Yay.
I'm gonna be real. I think GGY is the most likely to be games canon of all.
Yeah,
None of them are games canon. It's over.
It happened pretty, or at least the similar enough
much-
events happened. The Uncle
every
Deadman
single-
dies in both universes.
Yeah.
GGY
Every
happens
important event
generally.
in GGY happens in the games because the therapy CDs and all the arcade scores.
Mhm.
Like it's
There's a
I
even if it's not the
think
exact
the same
story.
thing about because what's interesting is that VIP has a lot of like GGY stuff in it, and I think that VIP is also something that happened, but was either done via Helpy or GGY or both.
Okay.
Ugh.
Actually, guys, I do have to go. It's
'Kay.
Aw.
We've had
Rip.
a moment you Flipside.
We'll definitely I'll see y'all later. I'll talk to y'all again. It was great. It was great being here and talking about Mexico instead of the crying child.
Yes, sir.
No, but
Uh,
Crying Child killed Mexico, which is why.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's the country you should have killed.
I actually do have a Gregory thought experiment.
Oh?
Question. And this is something like I've always wondered, and like, cause like we all talk about the Gregory drawings in Ruin, right? Like his little art that's scattered around that Cassie has to find.
That's in
Are we
boxes for
all-
some reason.
Yeah. Are we 100% sure those are diegetic?
Everything's diegetic.
Okay, pardon me for being uneducated. What the hell does diegetic mean?
Okay. Diegetic means okay, so it means it happens in the world of the story. Like, have you ever seen the movie Chicago?
I have not.
Okay. What have you seen the movie K-pop Demon Hunters?
I have heard of it. I have not seen the full thing.
Okay, no, let me do this.
Yeah,
It's super
Gibby,
simple. Okay,
Gibby, please save
Wither.
me.
Okay, when you're watching a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's two types of music. There's music that's being played for the
Oh,
benefit
yeah.
of the
Mhm.
audience.
And there's music
like
in
orchestra
universe.
or songs, and then there's in-universe songs. So in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, James Gunn went to great lengths so that every single song that's played is in-universe. He has scenes of them starting to play the music. So that's what
That's
diegetic means. It
true.
means it's real.
Oh,
It's
okay. So that's a movie I've watched.
Say
That's I understand.
I just realized, Connie, you
Let's
say
say
that, I
in
just realized you can't you can't get any of the drawings until after you get the mask, can't you?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
actually
yeah,
not
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you,
Mhm.
I can't believe anything Cassie sees after she gets the chip in her head.
Because the question is, everyone just kind of assumes they're diegetic, but I always asked, what made Gregory return to the ruined Pizzaplex, draw with like crayons
True,
on the floor,
true.
and then abandon those papers just like
And then
anywhere?
someone put them in little gift boxes that you wind to open up.
Like,
I
because
think
everyone
honestly,
always just
I can't
assumes
believe
they're
anything-
diegetic because they have. Well, and also the other collectibles aren't really diegetic either, because like I doubt Cassie.
It's the
is
only
just,
that
like,
and the fast points are the only collectibles that are like there. And but again, I can't believe anything Cassie sees after getting a chip in her head.
Yeah, it's
which
just
controls vision.
something that I've always wondered, because like everyone always brings up, well, the Gregory drawings XYZ, and I'm like, why was he scattering his art around the ruined Pizzaplex? Like, is this his way of marking his territory? Like, what is he doing?
I think that was pretty
Anyways.
good. Flip side, final thoughts.
On the diegetic drawings.
Yeah.
Or in general, okay.
I think Gregory made up all the scenarios. I don't know if the drawings are like literal objects per se, but I think definitely the point is that us, the audience, are meant to know that like those are scenarios Gregory thought of.
I agree, but mods, get him out of here. Get him out of here. We don't need him in here.
Mods.
F in the chat.
I'm going. It's been great, you all guys. We'll see.
Yep, see you. Bye. Have a good one. Okay, we have 10 minutes left because I don't want to intrude on Gibson's time. So, do we want to do something?
Covered Gregory, is there anything else you wanted to cover?
We've covered Gregory in just the biggest quotation marks ever. We talked about him for 5 minutes.
I do have a thought about Gregory, and I think this goes with something about the Mimic isn't great about getting personalities right, because as we point out, the Mimic being Fiona is very different from how she was in real life. Is that Gregory almost immediately has a very different personality from the crying child and probably David, where he is the snootiest little thing. And honestly, he might even be closer in age to like Mike during the Bite of 83 than like crying child, who's like 7. I think it is interesting that Gregory in his own personality is pretty different, but I don't know if the Mimic cares.
The Mimic isn't elaborate enough to have depth of personality. That's why, like, like you said, like it's kind of like Fiona's story of like Edwin's kind of misogynistic view of the world, where Fiona essentially just becomes a babysitter for him. The Mimic doesn't understand depth.
When she was alive, she only calls him Ed, and then M1 only calls him Edwin, and I like that. It's little things like that that like.
Yeah. It's like when Edwin says, "You're not him. You're not. Stop sounding like him." It's not just the fact, like a factual point that the Mimic isn't David. It's more like it doesn't behave like David. It doesn't talk like David. It doesn't like do things like David would when he was alive. Because it's an imitation, not a copy.
Yeah.
It's
okay. That song. I'm sorry. That song is not good. That is one of CG5's lesser good ones. I do not enjoy it, and I physically recoil every time I hear it because I think of the animation that comes with it, and think of evil Polygon Edwin. No hate to the animator,
Evil
I just don't like the
Polygon
models.
Edwin.
Like the animation's good, I just don't like the models.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah. I there's little things about a person that makes them a person, and the Mimic, like, it's a robot, so it's like. I think it probably functions more in actions of like action commands where it's like, well, David would do this and do this instead of like he is this. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but
yeah.
It's like Fiona would take care of David versus Fiona is someone who cares about her family's emotional well-being.
Mm-hmm.
That's
thinking in actions instead of like I don't know, the alternative, which again makes sense. It's a robot. It goes based on like commands.
Okay, does anyone have anything else to say? Because I'm thinking of starting to wrap it up, so we have a little bit of time before the next stream, which you should all watch, by the way.
Yeah.
Gibby, what do
I'll
you
link it.
think we should talk about?
Yeah, Gibby, you decide.
I have a question for everyone regarding Mr. Gregory.
Yes,
Ooh.
sir.
dear.
And by Mr. Gregory, I mean, do we think that Escape the Pizzaplex is canon?
I'll be so honest. I never read Escape to Pizzaplex. It's
Oh
one of
my
the few.
That's fair. You don't
It's
need
one
to.
of the few FNaF books that I have not read, and I've read like all of
Okay,
them.
so what I'm gonna say
Don't read
is
Return to the Pit.
I feel like it was maybe intended to align with canon at the very least, but there's small details that really don't add up. Like, if Cassie was Roxy's best friend for months, like going to the Pizzaplex every night, why does Roxy say, "I remember you from your birthday where no one showed up"? That seems to imply that was like the last time they interacted one-on-one. Like, there's just kind of and like it explains why everyone knows Gregory's name, but then like there's like little things like that where it just I feel like it was supposed to align with canon, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
And
like,
so
It's so weird.
There's no human workers. It's all staff bots. So it must be after the all staff meeting. But there's no Vanny.
Yeah.
So
But
what,
there's
in
no
what
Vanny.
time period is there no Vanny but also no people? I don't think that's
There's
possible.
not a single.
Or is
time
this
period.
again all of the written things are loops, and this is post ending of of fucking Ruin, and
this is what Cassie's
Mimic
doing
is
in her
running simulations? Like, I don't know.
No. You know what? The Mimic's gaslighting her to believe Gregory hates her. So he's like, remember Gregory wanted to kill
Wait,
you.
you know, the Mimic did want to do that. Yeah.
If I'm
Gregory
not wrong,
hates you.
didn't the author for the week before distinctly say that when he was writing that story, he was trying to stick to as close to canon as he can,
Yeah, that's
implying
the week
that
before.
Scott's not really
Yes.
physically showing them like everything that needs to go in there, and rather he's just giving them loose blueprints of, hey, this is Cassie, who's from Security Breach Ruin, without actually going into the minor details, which is why when they write those stories, they're making these small mistakes because they weren't given this like absolute blueprint of who these characters are. He just gave them a general description for writing the story.
Honestly, that's probably it.
That statement is why I think that none of the books, including the week before, are literally canon. Because if the author had to go out of his way to be like, I'm going to make sure this lines up, that means that Scott didn't care.
I think it's going to be no
When has
different
Scott
than
ever
Tales,
cared?
where you guys got to remember that if Scott likes something, he's going to have it in the game's continuity. If he genuinely likes how a story went, he's going to find a way to make it part of the games, even if that story.
I think everyone liked a week before enough that he would be
Yeah.
like,
I'm gonna get rice thrown at me for this. I think the Mimic plotline is Silver Eyes 2, in that he was like, actually, okay, I can do something with this, but I need to completely like start from the beginning, start from the base idea.
Yeah.
And then he worked it into the games.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that after Secret of the Mimic, Scott, like, when he saw that the week before did good and people loved it, he was like, you know what? Even if maybe I didn't want it to be in universe before, it's definitely in universe now. Ralph is name dropped in
he's
the
flat out
game.
named.
He's
he is
flat out
named
name
that,
dropped.
yeah.
He is given a
Well,
story. No.
People can be named Ralph with
Other people can be named Ralph.
No, this is the FNaF universe.
No.
Everyone has to have distinct names except for
You
Jeremy.
guys don't understand.
Only
You guys don't
Jeremy's
understand.
can
If
have the
someone is
same
named
name.
Ralph, they are security guard.
Yeah, of course. Like, we all know that there can only be one David, there can only be one Jeremy, there can only be one Mike. There's no more people with those names.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, of
Every
course.
Jeremy is the same Jeremy. Ignore
Yeah.
the Jeremy heat map where there's a lot of Jeremys in Utah.
We are
Don't
running
worry
on
about
time. 300 people here. You guys should all
That's
like the live stream. You know, if you guys
like the
enjoyed it.
video, like, comment,
You
and
enjoyed it.
subscribe.
You guys liked us being here, didn't you? You liked it when TD was here and he said goon and whatever.
Yeah.
Which is
Okay.
usually about what TD.
You know what? I think we're gonna call it here so we can have a sufficient break before Gibby's iceberg stream.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thanks everyone for coming on. Thanks, chat.
Make sure to pull it up. Pull it
Yeah,
up so that you guys can go immediately
all
over there.
300
I'll send the
Yeah.
link. Yeah, Gibby sent the link. Gibby shamelessly
TD,
self-plugging
I'll
as
know
always.
I'll know which one of you.
We're
isn't
gonna be there watching.
Yeah. We're all gonna
I'll
be
know
there.
which one of you
I'm gonna be on call probably for a little
on
bit.
TV stream.
So yeah, bye chat, and thanks everyone for coming on. Thanks both members
you,
of Dual
everybody.
Process, Gibby, Flipside, Shizu,
Bye.
TD, Fazant, and of course David, who's been with us the whole time, just very quiet.
Never Raven.
Never
Well,
even.
so much-
And Raven. Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Oh, and Michael Afton dropped in to make fun of his brother.
Yeah, of
Phasant,
course. We all turned it to Michael Afton at one point.
Mhm.
So
Just
yeah.
like Vanessa.
Thank you for coming.